Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night of September football here in Kern County. Welcome once again to the Kern High School District's live streaming football. We are at Ridgeview High School. The gold pants, the purple tops, they are completely covering the south end of this football field. And the other team, nowhere to be found. The Big Blue back outside on the baseball fields, having one last chat with head coach Paul Gold of the Bakersfield Drillers, coming down here to the southwest side to take on the Ridgeview Wolfpack. My name is Vance Palm. I am joined by my good friend Rick Van Horn, a Bakersfield Driller, a BC Renegade, a UNLV running Rebel, longtime head coach of the Bakersfield Blitz. He is a household name here for local football. He's also an author, and we're so happy to have him with us. Rick, good evening. Well, Rick, here we go. A game that when we looked at this in August, we said, all right, we're doing that game. And, well, you know, the Californians downstairs with their top writers. There's a ton of people here. Channel 17's over there set up. Everybody's here tonight for this big game because 6 weeks ago they said, this will be the game.
They thought this was going to be the game, and both teams coming in undefeated at that time, 6 weeks ago. But now tide's turned a little bit. 1-3 Ridgeview against the 2-2 Bakersfield Drillers.
Now, we look at those records, and, you know, Rick, you and I called Ridgeview Liberty 3 weeks ago over at Liberty, and that game was not really a well-played game by either team. I think both coaches going out into the locker room at half. Coach Nixon was not happy. Coming back out of the locker room, Coach Manning was really not happy with this squad. I talked to Coach Manning tonight down on the sidelines, and he said, honestly, Vance, not a lot's really changed right now with me and my feelings about this team. I love them. They're a great group of kids, but honestly, I don't have that feeling yet that they've bought into it. Let's talk Ridgeview first. What does he mean when he says they haven't bought into things yet?
Well, I don't think they've found their identity yet. You know, the first two games they were out with without Moya, their number one guy. And when your number one guy is your quarterback, kind of hurts.
That's like 1A.
Yeah. And he is been such a big playmaker these last 2 years in championship runs. A lot of these kids coming off, you know, two Valley championships these last 2 years, they're used to winning. And now they're kind of, you know, you got to, how is this team going to respond to some diversity?
Right, and it's the same coach, so if you're not buying in yet, hey, guess what? It's not the coach, it's you. So let's kind of, and maybe tonight's the night where they get on the same page. If you're Coach Gola, I was over talking to him, and I'm laughing kind of incredulously because I'm over there talking to Coach, and he's saying, Vance, in all the years I've been doing this, I can't remember ever having such a depleted roster. Yeah. And we know Coach Gola is not saying that in any way, shape, or form as an excuse or any kind of reason to have pity on the Drillers. Never. What he's saying is I just haven't come across this where we've had so many injuries. And the big one, of course, is their quarterback.
Yeah. You know, when you lose a kid like Josh Moran, who is their leader, you know, off the field, on the field, the quarterback. Kid worked real hard in the offseason to earn that spot.
His team loved him.
And his team loved him. He had confidence of the team, and he could manage that offense better than anybody on the team. And when he goes down, you know, it kind of takes some air out of you.
There's a couple more injuries that we'll get into as the evening unfolds. And the reason I say that, I don't want that to be the main topic for the Drillers. They've also played some tough teams in the preseason. So we're going to experience the national anthem here, and that's one of the beautiful things we can do here as we stream it. National anthem at Ridgeview High School. Once again, everybody, welcome to the Kern High School District's live streaming football here in Bakersfield, California. We're at Ridgeview High School. We're the Wolfpack, a 1-3 record. That sounds weird just saying it. Hosting the Bakersfield Drillers, 2-2. I think, as we talked about, everybody would kind of think, not assume, but think they would be 4-0, 3-1. We talked about maybe some of the reasons in the first segment about philosophies buying into it for Ridgeview, injuries for the Drillers. But actually, we can also talk about schedules, Rick.
Yeah, you can. You know, BHS, Chaminade, Valencia, two very tough, predominantly tough LA teams that they took it on the chin. But, you know, the good thing about Gola and the Drillers, they'll take on all comers. You know, kind of like that Pat Hill philosophy where we'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere. And that's kind of the mentality they have taken on.
Getting ready for kickoff. Captain's meeting at midfield. My halftime guest is going to be Mark Thompson, the athletic director for Ridgeview. Wow, talk about a superhero. A very busy and crowded top deck here tonight on top of the announcer's booth, and everybody looking for that vantage point with camera angles, coaching staffs, student camera people up here, and Mark delivers a table right on time. And now we've gone from not having the table to Laguna Beach, cliffside, perfect top 5-star real estate, Rick. What a view, what a view.
Well, you know, nowadays with the technology that these coaches have at their fingertips, you know, you see both teams both have TV cameras or TV screens on their sidelines.
We saw this last week, Highland at Golden Valley, and Coach Smith during the timeouts, and I'll tell this quick story. They struggled last week. Golden Valley was struggling in the first quarter. At each time that the defense was on the field, Coach Smith had his Golden Valley offensive line and tight ends and receivers watching this big screen, and it was pointed towards us. So we were watching them watch the big screen. As each play and each possession progressed, these guys were able to go out there and pick apart that Highland defense. It's very, very interesting. New tech, baby.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You know, actually, in the big scheme of things, this game doesn't mean a thing.
Nope.
Doesn't mean a thing. You know, both teams next week are entering league. Ridgeview gets to step back and kind of take a breath now that their schedule actually gets easier now. Bakersfield a little different. Well, they're still going to have the pedal to the metal, and with this schedule, you know, in that tough SWYL that Bakersfield High's in.
Next week, Ridgeview will play at that Golden Valley squad, and don't kid yourself, they're feeling pretty good right now, Golden Valley. And BHS will play Garces at West High School as Griffith Field's still being worked on, so they go right into play Garces, who for all intents and purposes probably could be 5-0 tonight or 4-0 undefeated tonight after tonight. So next week, as you say, the Drillers go from the frying pan into the oven.
Yeah, very balanced league this year in that power league. Garces up. You know, we don't really know how strong they are. We'll find out next week. They play an 0-4 Edison tonight, so
that sounds dangerous.
Yeah,
that sounds dangerous.
Edison's is always dangerous, but 0-4, you just never know what you're going to get.
All right. I'll tell you what, I know what you mean when you say it's a game that doesn't really mean anything in the big scheme of things, but you try telling that to the Drillers and the Wolfpack. This game always means something, and the Wolfpack will be kicking off first. That means we're going to see this Driller offense without their senior leader, Captain Josh Moran. And as you can hear, the band is rolling. Both stands. Well, Ridgeview is absolutely jam-packed. Couldn't get another person in here. And BHS always travels well. They're starting to get a nice little crowd of people. So here we go. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Rick Van Horn with me and Kevin Willey. And we are ready for some Week 5 football. McGill deep for the Drillers. Looks like he might have a shot at it. Kick towards the corner of the end zone, and it goes out of the end zone.
And it goes through the end zone.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Drillers. So, Rick, You've got a new offense. Well, I say that because it's a new quarterback. They've had a week to kind of prepare for it. What do you expect coming out of this, Coach?
Well, Cameron, a lot of upside to Cameron Williams, the sophomore quarterback. Got a lot of time last week, a lot of snaps. Very talented kid. He's their future. He's got a bigger upside than Moran did. And, in next years to come, he's going to be the guy.
Okay. Drillers on 1st and 10 at their own 20. We're underway here. Wolfpack on D, Drillers on O. They start off. It's a run play up the middle, maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Looks like they kind of adjusted their defense. They're kind of in a pistol look here. Their first 4 games, they were under center 80% of the time with Moran running the flex bone. But now I think they figure Williams can work out of the shotgun a little bit better.
Cameron Williams, as Rick said, 5'11", 165-pound sophomore. But now it's the Wildcat look for McGill, but it's a pitch out here to the near side. Not a bad-looking play out here, stretched out here to the near side, and that is Shane Jones. And a late flag comes in at the very end of the play. Don't know if they roughed him up out of bounds, but, boy, that'll sure get under Coach Manning's skin if that's the call. Oof.
Jones only a junior as their leading rusher.
Number 18 is a quarterback for BHS.
Well, they're going to call a holding on the Drillers, Rick. So a pretty good play gets wiped off the board. And when you're searching for some traction on an offense with a young quarterback, one thing you don't want are those kind of calls.
Yeah, and last week they really took it on the chin off a very good Valencia team.
Inside their 20-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 13. McGill takes that snap again, exact same play. Oh, my goodness gracious, an incredibly late hit. And that was so blatant and so wide open in front of everybody. Goodness. Shane Jones was hit so far out of bounds. I just didn't think the hit was going to happen.
Yeah. How do you pronounce that name?
DeGraffenfreud.
Just not using his head there.
I mean, I was watching it unfold, and I was like, all right, he got a 4-yard gain. Oh, bam! Yeah. So far out of bounds.
He was 3 yards out of bounds.
Boy, oh, boy. And that, if we were to talk about a call that aggravates Coach Gola right beforehand, that call right there, if you're Coach Manning, you're looking to get the Drillers on a 3rd and 3. Now all of a sudden it's 1st and 10 from the Driller 35. And McGill now, Justin McGill, he's a junior. He's now behind center. Well, not behind center, he's in the shotgun. Got one back behind him, 2 receivers split out on each side. We're just underway, 11:16 to go in this first quarter. First drive for the Drillers, it was almost over. And then a really late hit out of bounds, and it gives the Drillers a 1st and 10 from the 35.
The Drillers at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
So now Cameron's back in there. He decides to keep it. And he gets 1 or 2 yards. A really strong, tough Ridgeview defense. So it's going to be a tough night for Cameron in between the hash marks.
Well, that was their guy there, 44, Ricky Lingwai. He's that anchor on that defensive line.
And 3 weeks ago against Liberty, we called his name 50% of the defensive calls. So here's a 2nd and 8. Back to McGill at quarterback now. He throws out here to the near side, and it's caught. And that's a 1st down for the Drillers. And
1st down, Drillers into Ridgeview territory.
What a nice pitch and catch. So Coach Gola, and that wasn't even McGill. That was Carson Olivas throwing that ball.
But a 1st down BHS.
Olivas throwing to McGill. So we're seeing everything tonight. And now here comes Cameron back in from the sidelines to get the call. So a 3-quarterback rotation right now. Goodness.
Well, BHS is going to have to throw on 1st and 2nd down. They can't just wait till 3rd down to throw it.
Option pitch out here. And here come the Drillers. And here's another strong run by Shane Jones. And he gets up to about the 32-yard line. And that is another 1st down for BHS.
Looked like number 50. Was that Ortiz? For the Ridgeview, sophomore defensive lineman.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, I didn't set you up very well. I did not set you up very well. There you go. Here's your Ridgeview stuff. I did all the work, but I didn't set it up for you, buddy. Sorry. Here you go, 1st and 10.
Excuse me, Isaac Jimenez, number 50.
They throw out again here to the far side. It's complete, and it's to the 20-yard line. Oh, goodness.
Down the sidelines, out of bounds.
And is that Kaden Ochoa out there?
Down, BHS.
That's, looks like Taj Wright, number 22.
Oh, there you
Made
go.
that
So
catch.
Taj makes a catch and does a lot of work after it, and now it's 1st and goal from exactly the 10-yard line. So Williams stands in a mini shotgun at the 13-yard line. He pitches it out to the far side, and it's going to be a strong, tough run, and Bishop Maxwell with the carry, and he gets it down to the 2-yard line. So, Rick, we go back to this late hit over here, which would have brought up a 3rd and 5, and they put him at the 35, 1st and 10, and they haven't looked back.
They haven't. And if Ridgeview doesn't figure out how to stop the option there, it's going to be a long night.
2nd and goal from the 5. Williams takes that high snap. They try to jam it up the middle, and that doesn't work. That was Joseph Conley. Conley tried to make something happen, but under 10 to go here in this first quarter. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Rick Van Horn on my right, Kevin Willie on my left. A couple other good-looking guys up here. I won't give their names, though, that's for sure. I'll keep that quiet. 3rd and goal. Williams takes that snap. He wants to keep it himself, and he runs into trouble. And great reaction by that Ridgeview defense, and they stayed where they needed to stay, and they kept him from getting in the end zone. Looks like Coach Gola's going to go for 3.
Well, three's better than nothing, and if you're Ridgeview, 3's better than 7.
4th and goal. They didn't get in from the 10-yard line. So they moved down the football field 60 yards like it was nothing. But, boy, they got in that red zone, and the Ridgeview defense toughened up.
It did.
And look at this.
Because high enough and it's good.
Olivas.
That's a 20-yard field goal. The Drillers 3, Ridgeview nothing.
Knocks it through, so it's 3-0. Drillers were just underway. First possession by the Drillers results in a field goal. They had some trouble getting things started, Rick, and then they had a 2nd and long, and the running back Jones comes out of bounds, and he's about 4 yards out of bounds, took a huge hit, knocked him over to the cement curb, got up, but the damage is done. They get a 1st down at the 35, and 5 plays later, they're knocking at the door at the 10-yard line. Didn't get in, but they got 3. Good start for the Drillers.
You know, if you remember back to that Liberty game, they had some costly penalties in that game. Ended up just being a 34-20 ball game, I believe, 14-point difference. But throughout the game, Ridgeview would have some bonehead plays, big penalties that would
No, you're right.
extend Liberty's drives.
Here's Olivas. Go ahead.
I'm really anxious to see Moya. Haven't seen him play this year. Seen him last year, but excited to see him play this year.
And that was one of the storylines 3 weeks ago at Liberty. Moya was not active, was suspended a game, and Coach Manning at that time said, you know, Vance, sometimes things just work out in their own way, and he'll come back awfully hungry and awfully ready to play, which he has. But with 3 losses on the record right now, I think now is the sense of urgency for the Wolfpack. And here we go on their first possession of the evening.
Tomorrow morning, number 5, the quarterback.
Run play here to the near side, and they gobble up 5 yards right away. So a nice, strong run out there by Ty Johnson. And that could have been more.
Yeah. And, you know, you look at their records, it's not like they're playing the Sisters of the Blind here. They played, you know, losses for Ridgeview to Liberty, a good Stockdale team, and, of course, Central team we really don't know how good they are.
Another run play stretched out to the far side.
Johnson running wide right. BHS up to the task.
And Johnson again on a carry. So they stop him short of the first down. It's going to be an interesting 3rd and 3 call right here. You're right. And I listened to our good friend Greg Kerr's show yesterday, and he had the PAG meter from Fresno. And they did a 15-minute segment on all of the teams up in the north part of the valley, and we kind of compared notes with the south part of the valley. And he didn't go as far as to say we don't know who Central is, but he did say Central could end up being even better.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we don't know what they are yet.
Here's the 3rd and 4. 2 backs back there with Moya. Moya's decided to keep it on his own, and he does get it, and more. Well, you said you wanted to see him, Rick.
Well, it didn't take long to impress me. 75 yards, right down the right sideline.
What was that play? Just kind of stalled, stood there for a minute.
Yeah, kind of a, even though he's not a Wildcat guy, that was just a quarterback. Could have been a lead, could have been an ISO, but that was just a quarterback run right there.
Stood, waited for a second. He
Let
just
it
kind
develop.
of stalled. Right.
Yeah.
Well, ask and ye shall receive, Rick Van Horn. Moya with a 75-yarder. And Ridgeview now wants to go for 2. Everybody packed in tight. Moya again wants to look. No dice.
Not going to
The
get
drillers
it.
say no.
But shy.
So
Ridgeview 6, BHS 3.
Kind of early to be going for 2. You don't want to be chasing points, 7-3 is a little better than 6-3.
7:28 to go in this first quarter. And if you are thinking about league play, non-league play, and what Rick said earlier, in the big picture, you bet. I totally buy into the fact that this won't register that much on a record book. But when it starts off like this, with a punch and a counter punch, now all of a sudden everybody's kind of awake now, and here we go.
Yeah.
Because the driller offense didn't sputter.
It didn't sputter. It works well with this Cameron Williams. Even though he's the backup, young sophomore, they don't miss a beat.
6-3 the score. Ridgeview, their third play from the line of scrimmage was a 75-yard run by their quarterback Moya. And the drillers now get a second chance with the football. Oh, a big crowd tonight. Big crowd. Here's the kickoff. It's up, and it's going to be returnable.
Prevost with a kickoff.
Taken at the 10-yard line. And oh boy. Into Ridgeview territory, Shane Jones, the junior running back. And he didn't really kick it in until about the 35-yard line. He just kind of waited till he saw what he needed, and some great kickoff blocking there. And boom, just like that, 1st and 10 from the Ridgeview 46-yard line.
Drillers have so many interchangeable guys. You've got Bishop Maxwell, you've got Ochoa, you've got Shane Jones. All those guys can play all those 3 positions and probably the 2 wideouts. So there's 5 positions that many of them can play.
A run right up the middle of the football field, a big, strong run out there, and that's Trayvon Jackson. And he took 1 or 2 Wolfpack with him to the 39-yard line, so a 7-yard pickup, and it's going to be 2nd and 3.
Second down and 3 for the Drillers.
Drillers are very hard to get ready for because when you only have a week to get ready for this option, and of course their defense is out of this world, it's very tough.
Another pitch out here to the near side. Jones takes the pitch, follows his blocking, and gets up to about the 27-yard line. First down, Drillers.
Driven out of bounds by Jalen Prevost.
Once again,
First down, Drillers.
we are positioned underneath the loudspeaker for the Ridgeview High School football stadium, and for many, many years, the very familiar, smooth, svelte, silk voice of Mark Heffernan, longtime media buddy of mine, calling the Wolfpack games, and boy, what an excellent job Mark does. 1st and 10. They're going to say it's at the 30. Pass play. They want to go to the far corner, and is it caught? If it is, no, incomplete. Great defense.
That's a foul for the ball.
Great coverage. Great pass. Just fell on the grass.
Well, that's 21 for Ridgeview.
Good coverage
That's
by number 21,
Sean Stevens. I think he's going to get a workout this week. The other corners is Prevost, and they're not going to attack him too much. He's a player.
22, the intended receiver for BHS. And 2nd and 10, Drillers.
Taj Wright was the intended receiver out there. Another pitch out here to the near side. And it gets up to about the 25-yard line. So Taj on that run right there. And a flag thrown by the white hat at the end of the play. It wasn't at the beginning of the play, right at the very end of the play at the 30-yard line. The white hat pulled it out himself.
The Drillers doing a good job sealing that edge, sealing that pitch man, or excuse me, the guy who's responsible for the quarterback. So as you see, when Jones has been getting that corner, one guy out there, and he's already got a blocker on him, so it makes it pretty easy.
Holding call on the Drillers, so they're going to move that back. 6:24 to go here in this first quarter. Ridgeview leads 6-3. Drillers started off, went down the field, couldn't punch it in. So they took their 3, and then the Wolfpack on their 3rd play of their first drive, Moya, 75-yard carry. They went for 2 and missed that. Here's a pitch, could be pitch pass, and it is. They floated out here, man wide open. It's caught. Down to the 3-yard line, 1st down.
Oh, he called it a drop.
Dropped it. He dropped it. Unbelievable. A perfectly designed play. And Shane Jones took the pitch, threw it down all the way downfield, and it was a beauty. And that should have been first and goal from the 3.
You know, from my angle here, I thought he caught it.
And the ground caused the fumble?
Yeah, I thought he caught it. I thought he had, once he caught it, he made an athletic move, came down the ground and gave it up. But
the only thing that his back was to us,
yeah.
So maybe he was bobbling, I don't know. Bottom line, should have been hauled in and secured. Wasn't, so now it's 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20.
Williams rushed out of the pocket. Williams thrown for
oh my.
Sacked at the 50-yard line. So the big drop comes back to haunt him, and it'll be 4th and forever at the 48-yard line. So that's where they started this drive on the kickoff return.
33, is that Ruben Cruz, linebacker for Ridgeview?
Number 43 for Ridgeview.
Mark Heffernan below you says, yes,
okay.
Cruz on the stop.
4th down for BHS.
So now the Drillers were punt from exactly the spot they started this on. High snap. Oh, they have to go back to get it. And it was almost blocked. And boy, what a great punt. Look at this.
Inside the 5-yard line.
And it goes, oh, they're going to try to run it.
Pick up a Prevost at the last moment. Let's see if they spot it.
Jalen Prevost with a slick play of the ball. And I'll tell you what, that football was hobbling down to the 3-yard line. Would have been a world-class punt under pressure by Olivas. But Prevost picks it up and ran it to the 18-yard line. What do you think about that, Coach? I know. That's why I'm asking.
Well,
you got away with it.
Yeah, he got away with it. It's one of those use. All right, great play.
Yeah. My high school coach, Gary Saddam, Vance, don't take that. Beautiful shot.
Yeah,
Good shot.
right.
Good shot. Good shot. You're not taking that shot. Oh, good one. Okay, here we go. All right, got a stoppage of play here. Flag way out on the far side by the Drillers sideline. If you're just getting to your phone, your laptop, your iPad, getting to your desktop, welcome, everybody. KernHigh.org is where you're at. This is the Kern High School District's live streaming football. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Rick Van Horn to my right, Kevin Willie to my left. And we are so proud to be presenting this football game for you tonight. Want to thank, of course, Brian Schaefer, the superintendent, Brenda Lewis, the assistant superintendent of instruction, Stan Green, our director of school support services, and Dean McGee, the assistant superintendent of educational services and innovative programs. That is the Kern High School District's decision makers that allowed this to happen. While I was making that read, they ran to the right side and didn't gain anything, and it's going to be
nice
second
play.
and 6.
Nice play by 33 for the Drillers. Jake Vasquez, senior returning starter. Tough kid.
Under 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Moya stands in the shotgun at his own 17-yard line. He's got 2 receivers on his right side. He takes the snap. It's going to be a run play. Look out! Look out!
Down the sideline. That's out of bounds. 5 Johnson, number 23, long run for Ridgeview. Bring out the big plays tonight.
Ty Johnson went through what looked like just kind of a routine between the hash run. Off he goes.
Off he goes, off tackle, and he was gone. That was another 75, but he didn't score. He got brought down about where's he at, about the 7. Actually, I thought he was gone, but the Drillers, Devontae Demison,
didn't give up.
Ran him down.
First and goal, Ridgeview. First down.
Ty Johnson, the junior running back, put the afterburners on, but was caught at the 7. So it'll be first and goal from the 7. Moya takes the snap, wants to run to the right side. Moya sniffing that end zone. Oh, man, he got hit at the 1-inch line. I thought, flag.
Oh, jeez.
Comes a late flag.
And, wow, for a first and goal from the 7 that got it to the 1-inch line. The Drillers make a big hit to keep him from going in, but then a flag comes out after the whistle, Rick, after the whistle.
If that's against Ridgeview, that's going to hurt.
Some of the Ridgeview players pointing at the Drillers, always an indication that you want to buy into. We'll see. Personal foul against Bakersfield High School. So
personal foul against BHS.
Now it'll be first and goal from the.
Well, I don't know how much he got stopped on the 1, or the 1-inch line maybe.
The half-inch line.
Half-inch line, yeah. So quarter-inch penalty there.
Here we go.
First and goal for the Wolfpack.
Moya having a quick discussion.
Moya, Prevost.
With Prevost in the backfield. They stopped for a second to look back at the officials. The white hat just wanting to make sure everything's ready to go. And here we go. 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Moya wants to go in himself, and he does. Touchdown, Ridgeview. Listen to this big crowd.
Second touchdown tonight.
You know, we talk about this. There's not a whole lot on this game, preseason game. But for the town of Bakersfield, this is a neighborhood game. This is a street fight. This is a lot of these kids are, when they're 8th graders, to deciding where they're going to go. Do I go to Bakersfield? Ridgeview's up. Do I go to Ridgeview? Do I go to Liberty? And that's where these kind of games have the impact on the incoming freshmen for next year and the years to come.
And a lot of these players have been playing against each other in youth league, and now one's a Driller, one's a Wolfpack. Well, here we go, another 2-point conversion, Coach. They go for the hard count. Nobody jumps. And they're 0 for 2.
Wow.
They lost 5 yards on a 2-point conversion. So Coach Manning, obviously on the same script as you with regard to this being a non-league game, saying, well, let's see what we can do here.
It's your last chance to work out all your kinks before you hit league.
I guess.
But it's still a neighborhood rivalry game, and you want all the points you can get.
3:55 to go in this first quarter. 12-3. Ridgeview Wolfpack have ran about 180 yards on 6 or 7 plays maybe. That's about it. But they have 2 touchdowns to show for it. And the Drillers actually have been in the red zone on both of their possessions One, they had a field goal out. The other, they had some penalties and dropped some really key passes, and they had to end up punting from their original line of scrimmage on the drive, so they only have 3.
Well, Vince, I think that drop ball by Bishop Maxwell on the 3 is going to come back and haunt him. That was big, and you know, that would have put them up. And then those missed extra points would come into play then for Ridgeview.
And Rick, that play was like a counter punch. You know, that play was like a counter punch.
Yeah.
We're here. We're still here, you know.
That's right.
Low kick.
Line drives it.
Taken at the 15-yard line.
Bishop Maxwell on the return.
Maxwell brought down about the 29-yard line.
On the pass of the 29-yard line.
So the Drillers will come out on offense.
You know, we talked about the Drillers missing Moran, and I think another guy you got to mention in that same breath is Daniel Shoney. They're big 6'5"
First down for the Drillers.
lineman, 3-year starter. Probably the best offensive lineman in town, arguably, you know. But that's a big cog to be missing.
Pass play. Oh, goodness. Overthrown. And McGill had it fly out of his fingertips, and Prevost out of nowhere has got a ball landing on top of his hands, and incomplete pass. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Yeah, I was standing next to both of those injured Drillers at pregame, and boy, the look in their eye. I had a great chat with Josh. Uh-oh.
On a keeper. Great coverage by Ridgeview. Flag is down.
That was Ricky Lingwai.
Another big defensive effort by the Wolfpack. Flag on the field.
You know, if this Lingwai is not the defensive player of the year in our town, I want to see the guy who is, because
wave it off.
This guy's a player.
Number 44 is who we're talking about. Number 44 for the Wolfpack. He's a senior. He's a defensive lineman and a tight end, by the way, when they need him. 6'2", 240, and the envy of a lot of college coaches.
And we talked about that earlier. He's already been offered by San Diego State, I believe.
3rd and 14, and another flag before the play goes off. And now Coach Gold is actually stepping out onto the field. Oh, he called a timeout.
Timeout, Drillers.
They got it off. They got the timeout called. So, give us a quick chance to regroup here. I'm Vance Palm with Rick Van Horn and Kevin Willey. We want to thank our sponsors tonight, the Kern High School District, PAV Solar and Communications. Boy, their billboards look great, don't they? PAVs,
yes.
Their billboards look great. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, thank you to the credit union. Premier Lighting, they decided, we know that this thing is going to take off and be successful. We want a part of it. Premier Lighting, thank you. And the sponsor of our player of the game, but the shirt says player of the week, which I love, and it's become a real fun part of these Friday nights. Tony's Pizza. We will present a $20 gift certificate to any Tony's Pizza and the T-shirt that you only get if you win it. That's a bragging T-shirt at school, and we go down to the field and give it to a player. Tony's Pizza. Here we go, 3rd and 14. Big 3rd down for the Drillers here in the first quarter. Oh, overthrown on a little screen pass out to the, and what's the flag for?
Could be a lineman downfield here. Let's see.
Yeah.
So in that case, they had a lineman downfield, which was okay for the screen pass. But if the ball's thrown over the line of scrimmage, then it becomes a forward pass, and now you have linemen downfield.
Well, that's a good call. Very astute job by the officials and declined by Coach Gola. So it's 4th and 14. And Olivas will punt. And the return man standing at the 50-yard line. Prevost has got an incredible opportunity if they boot it to him. And he's going to call a fair catch, and he does. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack at the 40-yard line. So 2 big schools, 2 championship schools, and the Drillers are at Ridgeview tonight, but Ridgeview leads 12-3. And kind of both still trying to kind of suss out the game so far. My halftime guest will be the athletic director for Ridgeview High School, Mark Thompson. And while we're on that subject, Ridgeview Principal Steve Holmes, Assistant Principal Kendra Weiser, and Drew Parker, and the Activity Director Carol Holland. But Mark's going to be my halftime guest. Boy, I've seen a lot of flags, a ton of flags in this first quarter. And I think the drillers are saying somebody moved on the Wolfpack side.
Well, it looked like the driller defender moved first, but I don't know if he crossed the encroachment line there. And nope, he did. Then
Ball starts, Ridgeview.
So
right guard.
Wolfpack moves with 3:13 to go in this first quarter. We're just underway here, and I think we can just feel the last pangs of mugginess leaving us. I think we're in for a beautiful weekend of weather, and I think it's going to stay, Rick.
Yeah, this is a great night tonight. Great night for football.
Tomorrow to throw.
Moya throws. It's incomplete over here to the near side. It was intended out there for Keontae Glinton, a sophomore receiver. A lot of youth on this football field tonight.
He's also the backup quarterback. He's the quarterback that we saw the second week against Liberty.
Second down coming up for Ridgeview.
I think both he and Cameron Williams, both sophomore quarterbacks, their senior year, they're going to be a force.
Here's Prevost down below here in the bottom of your screen. Will they throw to him? No, they don't. It's a little pass inside. Prevost looking to block. Can't get out of the way. Flag on the play. 2 flags, 3 flags.
By the face mask as Keontae gets across the 40-yard line to about the 40.
Well, you heard the public address announcer, Mark Heffernan, call the face mask.
I think we've got a penalty on Ridgeview back here in the backfield, and then this one on the driller, so maybe offsetting.
Nice officiating crew is taking some pictures of them tonight for the Kern High School District, and they're having their discussions with Coach Gola and Coach Manning, and it's nice to be up there listening close to listen to what those guys have to say, and I like that stuff. Here we go.
You know, we're not even we've got 3 minutes left in this first quarter, and already Ridgeview has 150 yards rushing.
At least. I mean, the touchdown was 75, and then the other long run was 70. Here comes the explanation from the official. So we do have holding on Ridgeview, and then we also have a personal foul, and it is face mask. Oh, face mask on Ridgeview, and a face mask on.
Offsetting penalties.
All that for nothing.
And you kicked my dog.
Yeah.
Second down.
So a holding and 2 face masks.
And let's do it all again.
Brings us back to a 2nd and 15 for Ridgeview. 3 minutes exactly to go here in this first quarter. Prevost in motion. They fake it to him. Moya wants to keep. Moya cuts back up. Another flag. Wow.
Across the 35 to about the 37. And the flag is down to 39.
You know, I'm remembering back to that Liberty Ridgeview game, and I think we had close to 30 flags in that game.
Another holding on Ridgeview, and it's just killing the momentum. You know, they had 2 drives in his 2 quick punches, and, you know, it had the drillers on their heels, but now the drillers' defense is able to just kind of hit and rest, hit and rest, hit and rest.
We're close to 10 penalties already, and we've got 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
12 for Ridgeview.
And that makes it a more interesting 3rd and 12 here. And here come the drillers. They want after him, and they're going to get him. They do get him. They throw him down at the 35-yard line, so they got him. So Coach Gola brings the kitchen sink at him on a 3rd and 14, and they got him. That'll bring up 4th down, and Ridgeview's going to have to punt.
For the takedown for BHS.
That's one of the things that happened last week against Valencia, the drillers. They couldn't get pressure. Of course, this quarterback was probably the best quarterback they're going to face all season, but they couldn't get pressure, and then on that quarterback from Blitz. He sat in the pocket, had guys downfield, and was able to get the ball off. This week they're putting some pressure on and doing a good job.
Perfect deep snap. Not the best punt, a high one. We'll see what happens. Where does it bounce? It takes kind of a neutral bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. $1:43 left here in this first quarter.
Ridgeview 12, Drillers 3.
Pleasure to have everybody with us. I'm Vance Palm. We've got Rick Van Horn, Kevin Willie with me. We are at Ridgeview High School. Packed stands on both sides of the football field. Parking lot, cars forever.
Williams to McGill.
McGill takes the catch out here. And
33 and down. Here comes the flag from the near side.
Another flag.
4 straight plays with flags.
Three Boston battle with a stop. Block to the back against the Drillers.
Very nicely designed play by the Drillers, but just couldn't execute it.
Excellent defense by Ridgeview.
Well, Mark Heffernan is going to disagree with you and say it's excellent defense by Ridgeview. It's great when we have these games and the like at Stockdale. 2 weeks ago we were, or was it last week? I'm getting all my games mixed up. No, 2 weeks ago we were Stockdale-Clovis game at Stockdale, and Stockdale's got the legendary PA announcer that calls it like a play-by-play game, and he announces every last. He's a play-by-play guy on the PA, so we just kind of sit back and listen. Another flag. It's a run play here to the near side, and it was Trayvon Jackson, but it's another flag.
Trayvon Jackson, the ball carrier. Takes a handoff of Williams. Goes to about the 35-yard line.
And it's going to be a motion penalty on the Drillers, so.
Well, we're into double figures already in penalties.
12, I believe. 12 penalties in the first quarter.
At that pace, we might get out of here by 11:30.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks. now Kevin, now it's officially midnight. So it's been quite the officious first quarter. 12-3. Ridgeview leads.
First down and 25
and
for the Drillers.
The air has been let out of the balloon here.
Officious. I like that.
1st and 25. Pass play. And they get him.
And he goes down at the 10-yard line.
So Cameron Williams quickly found himself in trouble and could not get out of it. And he goes down at the 12-yard line, so it'll be second and
second down on
33 is what they're saying. 2nd and 33. Ay. 3 receivers way out to the far side, the left side of the offensive line. And what do you know? We've got a flag.
Well, they are anticipating a penalty, so they said, well, we might as well throw it now and save you some time.
Dead ball false starts against the Drillers.
Had they addressed the ball yet?
Yeah. Who's got?
Dead ball false start on the Drillers. And now it's 2nd and 38. And Ridgeview has all the cards.
Williams from the end zone.
But they complete the pass. They get it out to the 24-yard line.
DeGoffin on the coverage.
DeGoffin out there covering, but he did the right thing. Say, look, you want 15, take 15. I'll give you 15.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
Good throw, good catch.
Now it brings up
the 3rd 20 for the Drillers.
3rd and about 21 yards. Is that Freudian? 21 years to go. 2 receivers break out to the right side. It takes a look, throws it, overthrows his man. Incomplete.
In coverage, number 2.
And it was intended out there for Taj Wright, incomplete, and the Drillers will punt the football. So a really long possession marred by numerous penalties. And they're going to have to punt, and they haven't done a lot in the last couple minutes.
No, they haven't. You know, and actually they had Taj Wright open there for a minute. Almost made a good catch there. Another high snap.
Ooh, what a punt.
Beautiful punt.
The drillers now trying to keep him away. Oh, and a flag over here.
Leave us at BHS on the punt. The flag is down at the 44, Ridgeview territory. After 1 quarter, Ridgeview 12, BHS 3.
So at the end of 1, 12-3, Ridgeview will step away for a minute.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
Start of the second quarter here at Ridgeview High School. Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, Kevin Willie with you from the Kern High School District. We are so stoked to be out at Ridgeview tonight.
First down, Wolfpack.
12-3. My buddy Mark Heffernan right below us making the call for the PA system. Making my job easy tonight.
Excellent job.
Drillers want to bring it. Ridgeview starts.
Holy moly.
And we start the first quarter off with a flag.
40-yard line.
We're nearing 20 now. What do you think?
They're going to call holding on the Wolfpack. And Coach Manning is beside himself. He's talking to the side judge saying, come on now.
Holding against Ridgeview.
Didn't seem to be that advantageous of a hold.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. When you've got that kind of massive bodies in there, it's pretty tough to see holding on a run play.
Moya on the keeper.
Moya wants to keep.
Great cutback by Jamar. Across the 30, thrown down. Nice pickup by number 5.
Gets to about the 31-yard line, so Moya keeps, and
Adrian Moreno, 15.
obviously the drillers now have to look at him and say, that's our guy. You know, don't let him get wild, don't let him get loose, and then he can throw it.
Well, you know what? We didn't have that play after 8 straight.
No flag, keep this thing going. 2nd and 7. Moya stands with the shotgun. Go ahead, Coach.
I was saying we haven't seen too much of Prevost yet.
Stevens again. Nice left to right move to about the 34-yard line.
And Prevost was the lean-to guy
23, the ball carrier.
at Liberty.
Well, he's been the lean-to guy the last 2 years. He's a big play guy.
Joseph Conley, 34 with the stop for
And
BHS.
he'll make a play before the night's over.
Just underway, second quarter here at Ridgeview High School. Scores 12-3.
3rd and 5 for Ridgeview.
So if you're the BHS defense right here, you're all looking at each other saying, here it is right here. That's a big third down here in the first half. 3rd and 5. Moya stands in the shotgun, and they call a timeout. Coaching staff wants to talk it over.
Timeout, Ridgeview.
Next week, the Drillers will be playing the Garces Rams. It's a home game, but it's at West High School.
Vanguard will entertain you.
Ridgeview
at halftime.
will be playing Golden Valley. We saw them last week, Highland at Golden Valley, and it started off, it looked like Highland was going to run that show. And then Golden Valley kept adjusting, and they slowed down Highland. They started scoring some touchdowns. Highland went away from the orthodox spread offense at the end of the very end of the first half. There was the last drive, and they went away from the spread and got into the wing tee, and boom, scored a touchdown to end the half. Highland comes out and starts with that offense, and they march all the way down the field in the third quarter. So we're thinking, okay, this is a complete flip-flop. Again, Golden Valley adjusted on defense, and they end up getting a big win. So for me to think that, you know, Ridgeview can just head on over to Golden Valley and take it easy for granted, no dice.
Well, it's going to be 1st and 10. Moya drops back. Now he scrambles. Moya around the edge. Now he fumbles. I think he recovered his own fumble, though. What do you think, Vance? I think
things may be going their way, huh?
Control by Ridgeview.
Wow.
Either way, it'll be a first down. Thank you, Mark.
Well, that was a big play in this first half. If the Drillers could have put their offense back on the field in decent field position here, down 9 with 10 minutes to go in this first half. But that's not the case. Ridgeview falls on the football, and now 1st and 10. Moya has 2 receivers. Well, he had 2 receivers way out to his right side. Now he brings one in. They want to pass.
Oh,
Moya
he's got
has
it wide open.
He's wide open.
Oh, he overthrew him.
Oh, boy. Keontae Glinton wide open. And Moya's thinking to himself, you've got to be kidding me, self.
Can't miss.
What happened on that coverage?
Yeah, they blew that coverage, yeah. Can't miss plays when you have that opportunity like that. You know, you were talking about Bakersfield High playing Garces next week, and I haven't seen Garces play, but I don't know if you have, but I'm very interested in seeing them play.
Well, it's funny you would say that. That's where we're going to be next week. We've taken a look at the schedule and how it may play out over the next 5 to 6 weeks. And as you have mentioned, we haven't had the Rams yet, and we're going to have them next week. Here's a run play here to the near side. They're going to pick up the first down and even more. Nice, strong run.
Stevens inside the 45-yard line. First down, Wolfpack.
Big run out there. Sean Stevens.
McGill will tackle for BHS.
And here come the Wolfpack with 9:40 to go here in this first half.
You know, I like this Ty Johnson, this running back Ridgeview has. He's shown me some things. We didn't see too much out of him in that Liberty game, in that second game of the year, but he's coming out here against the Drillers and
Nice run by Ty
picking them up and putting them down.
Ty Johnson with the run, I should say, TJ.
1st and 10, Ridgeview. Moya didn't have the cleanest handoff. Not the cleanest handoff. The exchange was not pure, and Prevost pays the price. No gain. Boy, when they take their time and they make that little zone read and take a look at things, that exchange has to be near perfect or you're going to get hammered.
Well, you know, Prevost was in the backfield that time. You got to find ways to get him to the ball. He's your playmaker, and whether it's screens, throwing deep, putting him in the backfield, Wildcat, you got to get Prevost the ball.
It's between the hash marks, and it's going nowhere. On a 2nd and 9, I don't think he got anything. Maybe a yard. 3rd and 8. At halftime, I'll be down on the field. I'm going to interview the coach that's in the lead on the way out. to the locker rooms, and then I'll get the coach that's trailing on the way back in. And then I'm going to have an interview with Mark Thompson. Rick's going to take the half off, and Kevin's going to get some of the band. Moya keeps. Oh, what a play by the Driller defense. And a big, big play out there. Quick-footed Jake Vasquez got back there, made the tackle on Moya way back at the 35. And they're going to say 4th and 10. So 4th and 10, and this is in that field position area.
Well, since they don't have much of a kicking game, Ridgeview, 4-down zone here.
So 4th and 10, 7.5 to go here. Keontae Glinton in the slot on the left side. Prevost way out left. They want to go down here to the near side. Moya throws it up, and it is broken up out there. Great play by the Drillers, and it's incomplete. And I'll tell you what, Amir Knox looking for a call. He's not going to get it. Basically, that was a nice basketball screen out.
That was.
And no dice. 1st and 10 Drillers. Big stop.
Nice play by Demison there. He's the one that ran down Ty Johnson on that long 70-yard run that Johnson had.
Just getting some information tonight. Quarterback from Garces, Connor Bruce, broke his ankle tonight versus Edison.
That changes the whole ball game now.
Fumble!
Looks like the ball's in the ground.
We were just talking about bad exchanges. It happened right there, Rick, and a crucial fumble by the Drillers.
And who came up with it? Number 44, Ricky Lingwai.
Came up with a 44. Guess what? 1st down, Wolfpack.
That's some very bad news for Garces.
I just love saying that.
If that's true, Connor Bruce breaking his ankle. Wow. That puts a hitch in their giddy-up. He was the straw that stirred that drink over there.
Well, he's on the front page of the sports section today. And
you know, he's the 2nd fastest guy in town.
We've got a timeout.
And he's a quarterback.
Timeout on the field. 10-3. Ridgeview leads by 9. 7-10 to go here in this first half. I'll be heading down to the field. I'm going to catch the leading coach on the way off the field, and I'll catch the trailing coach on the way back. I'm also going to interview the athletic director, Mark Thompson. Rick and Kevin can hang out up here. Oh, so I get you stuff. I bring you stuff to eat, and you don't even offer what your candy bar and not even, Kevin. Oh, sure you will. Yeah, next week always works. I might eat between now and next Friday. I might actually eat. I'll be okay. But Kevin, thanks, man.
I saw him snacking on those 4-star fruit grapes.
Look at him chomping. Like he doesn't even acknowledge my bad, Vance. I'm sorry. He looks at me and grins as he just keeps chewing. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin has 33% of the vote tonight for Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. I have 33%. Rick Van Horn, you have 34%. But beware, Kevin's slick. He's the original Slick Willie. He'll try to pawn off his 33% on you or I. He'll give you 4 different guys, So Here we go. 1st and 10 after the timeout. Fumble recovery for the Wolfpack. Moya wants to keep it. He takes his time. Oh, what a really nice run. Good tackle out there. A nice tackle out in the open field by Knox. And that's not an easy job. But, wow.
Moya is so dangerous on that read option. I tell you, he's kind of the type of kid that this offense was designed for. And his brother was the same way.
Remember him?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm here to tell you, when Brian Adams and I were doing those games for Bright House, and we would watch him play, Brian said, Vance, I've seen a lot of kids come through here, but boy, he was special.
Moya again.
Nice job by that Driller defense and coach. You can talk to a little bit about, staying in your spot and doing your job on defense. They just did it there, a loss of 1. Guys staying at home, not taking big risks, doing their job, and it ends up in a big loss. Well, it was 2nd and 6, and everything looked like forward movement. Now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 7. 6 minutes to go here in this first half. First quarter there was 25 flags. Second quarter started with a flag and haven't seen one since. And the game's starting to get a nice little flow again.
Maybe they ran out.
Moya throws out to the far side. It's Prevost. Oh, Prevost makes one big move and gets 18 yards out of one move. One step bought him 16 yards.
Well, it was just a matter of time, and they needed that. That was 3rd and 8.
McGill will stop for BHS. But a first down.
They got him.
For Ridgeview.
We talked about that earlier, getting Prevost the ball any way you can, whether it's handing it off, fly sweep, quick hitch, whatever it is. He's a playmaker.
And now it's 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line.
High snap. Welcome to the tie. Johnson, TJ.
Johnson with the carry, gets the ball to about the 10.
Just like you talked about, looked like there was a little
Ryan White.
ball was a little loose in that exchange there.
Well, the snap's coming up a tad high, and I don't know if that's where Moya wants it. Maybe he likes it just likes it a little high. But the handoff was about chest high as well. 2nd and 8. They can still get a first down. The ball's now at the 11-yard line. Under 5 to go here in this first half. It's another run play here to the near side. They stretch it out. Oh, big hit at the 7-yard line. Amir Knox likes to lay the wood, man. Big hit.
Well, that's Demison. That's Demison for the Drillers, number 2.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I've got the wrong name. Well, Kern County, it's my first mistake of the year. Can you believe it? I've gone 5 games without a mistake. Navate Demison. Demison with a big hit. He's had a couple of big hits already. So my apologies to the Demison family. I've said Knox 2 times now.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's he's also an outstanding wrestler, isn't he? Here in town, I know his brother was a great wrestler.
Third down.
Another 3rd down. Moya wants to throw to the corner. He's ran out of real estate. I don't think so. No, dropped the ball anyway.
Does not get 1 foot down.
And he dropped it, Mark. So Prevost could not haul it in. And that brings up a 4th and 7. So we'll see what the play call here is going to be.
That was a very catchable ball. He should have made that play.
And I think Coach Manning concurs. He's over there kind of shaking his head. Perfectly thrown ball. So we've seen some drops tonight on both sides of the football. 4th and 4. They can still pick up a first down here. They don't have to get to the end zone. Oh, they've got movement. Moya trying to get out of trouble. Moya does throw this time, and he gets the touchdown. I'll tell you what, the coaching staff from BHS saw the receiver way out on the left side, completely jumped the gun, and was a 1.5 feet offsides before the ball was snapped, but the official
missed that one, huh? They missed one?
Well,
wow.
And look, I'm not picking on him. I just saw the movement so badly that, and I know that Coach Golo's over there chirping at him too, saying, hey, Amir Knox, now I can say his name. Amir Knox was the receiver way out on the far left side of the football field, down by the Driller sideline, and he was either too far away or didn't hear the count or didn't hear the snap, but he jumped off sides by a bunch.
Well,
and the play continues, and touchdown Ridgeview.
Let's see their kicking game here.
The snap, the hold, George Blanda puts it through.
Wow.
Prevost with the straight-on kick. That's super toe, man.
Yeah, the old super toe. I had one of those.
We all did.
Yeah.
In my hallway at Arvin, I had like a 20-foot hallway. Man, it'd be midnight. Boom! I'd hit that super toe. So it was a straight-on kick for Prevost. Why is it Coach Manning going for 35-yarders? I can't get it. Why is he going for 2? He's got Prevost back there doing it all. The 2-step jab, and he got it through. 19-3, Ridgeview leads.
I don't think he kicked last time we were here at Liberty Ridgeview. I don't think Prevost was a kicker, was he?
I don't remember that he was.
I don't think he was, because
I thought it was Chris Rodriguez, number 15. And if I'll scour the sidelines here, Maybe there's no number 15 down there, and that's the reason. I don't see number 15.
I don't. Because his technique and approach are, he needs some work on that.
Well, I mean, it's good 1978 football, man.
Yeah.
Pre-Garo Yepermian. But let's see. We're bagging on him, and he's going to say, hey, Palm, Van Horn, dig this.
Prevost to kick off for Ridgeview.
Not bad, but a flag. And that can only mean one thing at the 40-yard line of the kicking team. That'll be offsides, I'm sure. Pretty good kick. And I'm certain that Shane Jones is not happy because he was going to take that at about the 18-yard line.
Offsides against Ridgeview.
But now he's going to get another chance because now this thing, no way this thing's getting to the end zone. So 3:58 to go here in this first half. 19-3, Ridgeview leads. Barring some really wild turn of events here in the next 4 minutes, looks like I'll be interviewing Dennis Manning as we go off the field. Anything you'd like for me to specifically kind of touch on?
You've got to rein the kids in. You know, it's at a certain point, you know, we can talk about the referees all day, but it's the kids that are making these bonehead plays out there on the field with some of these dumb penalties.
Look at this kick, Rick. He got it down to the 5-yard line. Jones goes out of the 31-yard line. So Prevost shutting me up.
5 yards back from the 35.
Wow.
Kicked it down to the 5.
Nice kick. That's a nice 60-yard bomb. So the raw talent of Jalen Prevost coming through tonight. And pretty decent run back from the Drillers. So they'll have it at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for BHS.
I don't think BHS is going to panic here. They got plenty of time to take the ball down. They put together some nice drives early on, so I think they'll try to keep running the ball.
Handoff in the on the left hash there, gets maybe a yard.
Isaiah Griffin, number 45, played an excellent game tonight for Ridgeview. A lot of good stops.
2nd and 9. Pitch out to the far side.
Pitch back to Jones.
Jones takes it and backs up forward. Well, he had it up to about the 36-yard line, but he decided to kind of step back and see if something could happen. How much forward progress will they give him? 34-yard line.
Well, a stop for Ridgeview. Number 2.
3rd and 6.
About 4 yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 now. Well, there's a lot of time left here. The Drillers need to get a first down.
Plenty of time. You know, they get another score here before half. They're right back in the ball game.
They get a first down.
Yeah.
With 2:40 to go.
You know, I'm impressed by that little sophomore on Ridgeview's defensive line, Isaac Jimenez.
Oh, Jimenez has had a great 2016 season. Coach Gola, his staff.
Timeout, Drillers.
They call a timeout and they walk out on the field pretty briskly. 2:26 remains here in this first half. After this timeout, we get this 3rd down conversion either made or missed or punted. I'll head down to the field, and Rick, it's all yours, baby.
You got it.
And it looks like I'll be talking to Dennis Manning, and then Kevin will take a little break, and you can get the marching band for a little while, and Rick, have a seat and kick back, and then we'll interview Mark Thompson, athletic director for Ridgeview High School. First thing I'm going to do is thank him. We got up here, a lot of people up on this announcer's booth, and he said, let me get this table set up for you. Bam, 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 bam. Had some students run that thing up, put it through the cubby hole, get it up here, and we have prime time real estate up here on the right corner of this press box. Here we go. Big 3rd down. 3rd and 6 for the Drillers.
They're on 34.
Cameron drops back, throws, has his man, and it's caught. Oh, what a great pass. Really good catch, but an even better pass out there by Cameron Williams, and he took a shot after he delivered it.
By Justin McGill.
What a nice play, huh?
Nice catch by McGill.
Sure was. And you're right. I don't want to take anything away from a really good catch, but boy, Cameron had some guys right in his grill when he let go of that thing. And it's a first down for the Drillers. Can they get in? Here's the pitch out to Jones. Jones cuts upfield. Jones still on his feet. And the big running back goes down at the 48-yard line. So now clock is really ticking here.
You know, Shane Jones is not a small back.
Not at all.
What is he? They've got him listed at 210. That's a load in high school.
To throw.
Pass out here to the near side. Here come the Drillers. Oh, a nice little move right there.
Down the sidelines to the 25. First down, Drillers.
Coach Manning thought he went out a lot further back at about the 33, and I'd have to agree. I think he stepped out of bounds at the 33, but that nice little nifty move bought him some real estate. And Rick, it's all yours, buddy.
Okay. Drillers get a big first down there. 1:38 left in the game. First and 10 for the Drillers, trailing 19-3. They had a brief lead at 3-0 after their first series, but it was all Ridgeview after that.
Williams looking over the defense.
Oh, now we've got some more flags. Looks like it's going to be on the Drillers. Illegal procedure.
False starts, BHS.
I think we're up into the, have we hit 25 penalties yet? I think we have. We're very close. Yeah, it's 5 after 9, and we're not even to halftime yet. Drillers come out now. They have a 1st and 15. Got a minute 38 left. Ridgeview now calls timeout.
Timeout, Ridgeview.
I think that was Ridgeview's last timeout Coach Manning uses. Drillers still have one in the pocket. Vance has made his way down to the field. He's going to try to get an interview with Coach Dennis Archie Manning as he goes into halftime. We've still got a minute 38 here left with the Ridgeview Wolfpack leading 19-3, led by Jamar Moya and his 2 touchdowns. Moya's probably close to 100 yards rushing already in this first half. Made some nifty plays, and a big chunk of that was a 75-yard touchdown run that Moya had early in that first quarter. Drillers have had some fairly good drives, but they just can't seal the deal.
1st and 15.
Oh, my.
Fumbles. Somebody's helmet comes off. Great pressure by Ridgeview. Excellent D up front.
Big hit on Cameron Johnson. I couldn't tell, but it looked like 44. Ricky Lingwai. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 20 for the Drillers with a minute 11 left with the clock running.
At the Ridgeview 45-yard line. Williams looking right. The pass complete.
Nice play. Oh, nice tackle there.
And down to about the 25. Fox for more yardage.
Nice catch there by Justin McGill. Nice throw by Cameron Williams, and a nice tackle by, looks like Stevens out there, number 21, Sean Stevens. 56 seconds left. It's going to be a 3rd and 10 for the Drillers, trailing 19-3.
Quarterback for BHS.
Caden Ochoa now at quarterback, starting DB. Now we're going to double up. Looks like we've got another flag on the field. Probably going to be against the Drillers here. Movement.
Encroachment against Ridgeview.
Oh, okay. So now we're going to have a 3rd and 5. 56 seconds left. Well in the range of the driller kicker, Olivas. So the drillers should get points out of this drive one way or the other. They want 7, but they'll settle for 3 if they has to. Roll out by. Oh!
Ryan Pierce and company bring him down.
Looks like we got a fumble on the play. And Ridgeview's pointing their way.
Ryan Pierce, number 10. Great job that time for Ridgeview.
Looks like the referees are conferring. Backside pressure on Ochoa. He fumbled, and I think the drillers kept the ball.
Timeout, Drillers.
Drillers take their last timeout.
Castillo also helping out on that play for Ridgeview.
47 seconds left.
4th down, 13 for BHS.
It's going to be a 4th down and 13. On the Ridgeview 27-yard line. I think we've seen our share of big plays in this game, but I thought we'd get a few more out of the drillers, but they are missing quite a few guys. They could suit up a whole separate team with their injured guys over there. I counted at least 8 that were not suited in uniform before the game.
Olivas will try a 45-yard field goal for BHS.
Well in Olivas' range here, 45-yard field goal, 47 seconds left. Drillers down 19-3.
Ochoa with the hold.
Ridgeview sends back Prevost, should say.
Maxwell with the hold.
There's the snap, the kick. It looks good.
Definitely far enough.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Carson Olivas with a 45-yard field goal for BHS. And 2 for 2 tonight. 19-6, Ridgeview.
When he's ready. 45-yard field goal by Olivas. Cuts the lead down to 19-6 now with 41 seconds left. Drillers will kick off to Ridgeview. I don't think we'll see an onside, but you never know. You've got nothing to lose if you're the drillers at this point. Our number 1 guy, Vance Palm, has worked his way down the sideline. He's roaming the Ridgeview sideline right now. He's going to try to get an interview with Coach Dennis Manning at halftime. Ridgeview not expecting an onside. Cameron Olivas kicks off. Kicks it deep. Looks like it's going to go in the end zone. Nice kick. 2 yards deep in the end zone.
Touchback.
Touchback.
It will be 1st down, Wolfpack.
And Ridgeview will take over with 41 seconds left, leading 19-6. I think Coach Manning will be happy just to go in the locker room with a 19-6 lead. They've missed 2 extra points. Actually, they didn't miss them. They went for 2 and didn't get it twice. Moya on a keeper. He's just going to go down.
Defense.
33 seconds and counting.
Devontae Demison, number 2 for the Drillers. Wonderful one-on-one tackle on Jamar Moya.
Demison's had a good first half on defense. He's been flying around. Looks like they're going to let it run out. 14, 13. And the Drillers are heading to the locker room, and so are the Wolfpack.
At the half, Ridgeview 19, BHS 6.
Coach Manning, first. Let's go on both sides of the first, Coach. Let's go with the offensive side.
Well, we've some plays. I think we're working better. We've got the potential, and I think block up front, even though it's difficult to jump around, we're going to pop some.
All right, let's switch over to the defensive side.
Yeah. Well, I think our kids are playing inspired. We played inspired, every week in our front seven. Our DBs are playing a lot better tonight.
My partner up top, Rick Van Hormy, kind of a disjointed first quarter, a lot of flags. Your thoughts on the discipline?
Well, we got to clean it up. I'm sure they feel the same way, but it's going to be an exciting second half. They got so many weapons, you never know what's going to happen.
While I have you here, and before I let you go, Rick and I are talking about, because it's a non-league game, there's a certain kind of a mentality to take, like, hey, things to learn, things to go through before league starts. What are your guys' mentality tonight, knowing that it's the drillers?
Well, it's just one of those natural rivalries that you don't have to pump kids up for. It's our kids just, it's one of those things. But, we just want to execute. We want to get better. We want our kids to play together, and I think that's the biggest challenge for tonight is just love each other and play for each other.
Thank you, Dennis. Okay, back up, guys.
All right, thank you, Vince. All right, here we are, Ridgeview Wolfpack Stadium. The Wolfpack have a 19-6 halftime lead after a penalty-marred first half. We had at least 25 penalties that first half. Drillers came out on the first drive and put together a nice drive, got inside the 5-yard line, ended up kicking a field goal, take a 3-0 lead, and then it was been all Ridgeview. Moya broke off a 75-yard run to make it 7-3, and then they come back the next series, and Ty Johnson breaks off a 70-yarder, tackled at the 3 by Demison, and Moya put it in from there to make it, to give him a 2-touchdown lead. So we are now watching the Ridgeview band on the field with the wind kicking up here. We're going to take a short break. It's 19-6 here. Ridgeview over the Bakersfield High School Drillers. Halftime.
Welcome,
we'll see you in a minute.
Another exciting season of Ridgeview Wolfpack football. Please direct your attention to the field where the Wolfpack Vanguards prepared for an entertaining halftime performance. Tonight, the Vanguards performing most of their 2016 halftime show entitled Out of the Shadows. Music is composed by Jay Clarfield and Brent Kewen. Trumpet soloist is Gerson Cruz, and the flute solo is performed by Emily Hutton. This year, the Vanguards under the field command of Drum Major Christopher Pipabingo. Drum Major, with the Vanguard ready to dazzle and delight the audience. Here we are, your Wolfpack Vanguard.
Mark Thompson of Ridgeview. Mark, you and I were having a little chat during this first number here from the band. I'll tell Kern County just a quick story to introduce you. This is a Foothill High School Trojan, a BC Renegade, and a CSUB Roadrunner who was in the construction and real estate business for 20 years, started coaching club soccer, ended up being his daughter's high school coach, and the next thing you know, he gets into education. He starts working at Ridgeview. He's teaching history and science and geopolitical world, and next thing you know, he applies for the athletic director world because he thinks it's glamorous, and he's hauling tables upstairs for us tonight. What a life you've lived, Mark. First of all, thank you for this great welcome here. We appreciate your hospitality. How's life at Ridgeview?
Well, right now it's good. At halftime of this game, it's good. Been a little rough this fall. Everybody expected big things from football, and they had a little rough going in the beginning, but overall, culture here is great.
You know, when talking to you before camera, you talked about how the great theme for the Wolfpack is, hey, it's a Wolfpack. We run together. You know, you're together in this thing. Give us kind of a feel for the culture and the ambiance at the high school right now.
Right. We have a very diverse student body. It's a majority-minority student body, but we have very few cliques, very few conflicts on campus that are, racial or anything like that. Pretty much all our kids get along.
As the athletic director for the Wolfpack, who've been running for Valley Championships in their flagship sports of football and, great track and field, you got a great soccer program. Walk us through your daily life out here as the AD. Besides carrying tables up through the hatch for
concession stand and making sure the field is painted and all that.
Well, this is glamorous, Mark.
Yes, it is. But no, it's good. I think the best part is just knowing the kids come on campus and being able to give a little fist bump and attaboys to them and encourage them. People forget these are sometimes they're kids, and they're trying to find their way in life, and so I think that's what it's about, just helping them find their way.
You've been at this campus for 18 years, is that right?
18 years, yeah. This is 19.
And before you were the AD, what were you teaching?
Government and economics.
You watched this school grow up.
When I first started teaching here, if we could get this stadium half full on a football night, that was a big accomplishment. Nobody came to football games.
Now you're always in the run for championships here in Market. It looks beautiful. You've got a packed house tonight. Van looks great. You've given us a great welcome. Before I let you go, let's say you have your coaching hat back on tonight and you're Coach Manning and you're talking to this Wolfpack here with a scant 13-point lead over the Drillers. What would you tell them in the locker room?
Well, I'd be trying to stay out of the way and just let them play.
Let them go, huh? Well, I'm going to get out of the way. This football game start. Again, thanks for your great welcome, and have a great second half.
Okay, you bet. Thank you guys for being here.
Back up to you, fellas. I'm going to Coach Goal in a few minutes.
All right, Vance. Thanks. And thanks to Mark, too. Halftime, Ridgeview High School football stadium. 2:33 and counting down. Ridgeview has a 19-6 halftime lead. It's been all Ridgeview after that first drive. Drillers came out and scored 3, but the momentum shifted, and it's been all Ridgeview. I don't want to say they dominated this first half, but they've made more big plays than the Drillers have. And that has been the case with Jamar Moya breaking off a 75-yard touchdown run, followed up by a Ty Johnson 70-yard run. Got it down to about the 3-yard line where Jamar Moya called his own number and took it in for his second touchdown of the game. And that's the way we ended, 19-6 going into halftime. The only highlight the Drillers had really was a 45-yard field goal by Olivas at the end of the first half. And actually that field goal cleared the uprights by about 15 yards. So he had a good, that could have been a 50-yarder, and he would have been right in the ball game with a crosswind. So, well, Ridgeview 1-3, Drillers 2-2. So if things continue the way they are, Ridgeview will move up to 2-3, and the Drillers will fall to 2-3. And they both start league next week. Drillers have Garces, and Ridgeview has Golden Valley. Now, earlier reports tonight that Vance got was that Garces quarterback Connor Bruce might be done for the season with a broken ankle. We're hoping that's not the case, but that's the reports that we got, the initial reports that we have. And Garces is playing Edison tonight, so we're going to kind of get a good gauge on exactly how good Garces is. But without Connor Bruce, if that's the case, it's going to be a tough season. He's the straw that makes that drink work over there, and I know AJ Gassel. That's going to hit him hard. All right, 19-6 here. Ridgeview halftime lead over the Bakersfield High Drillers, and we're going to take a break here. We'll be back soon.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock at no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
I'll just take a second real quick, Coach. Very simple. Offensive side of the ball.
Man, we're moving the ball. I mean, penalties like putting our hand and picking it back up. It's tough to be behind the chains, for that amount of we didn't chug a costly drop down here. I think we just got to settle down. We got to do what we do and just start playing good football. I'm impressed with our guys that came in and way we're moving the ball up front. We got to go back to what we did earlier in the first quarter. Defensive side of the ball. Man, I tell you, that Moya broke away on a couple good ones, and then I think we've kind of contained them, and we got to continue to contain them. They're awfully good football program with some kids that can flat run, so we got to keep them contained. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Coach Gola there, guys. Back up to you.
Okay, thank you, Vance. We got 59 seconds left in this first half, or this halftime, I should say. Ridgeview leading 19-6. It's been. I don't want to say it's all Ridgeview, but Ridgeview has made the bigger plays, like I said earlier. And just like Coach Gola said, they've got some playmakers on that Ridgeview sideline with Moya and Prevost and their running back, Ty Johnson, number 23. He's had a good game. He's ran the ball hard against the good Driller defense. The Drillers have moved the ball, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, and penalties on both sides. We've probably had close to 25 penalties between both teams, and that's a lot of penalties. And that's a lot of free yardage there. Coach Gola talked about chasing the chains, and they've been in third and long too many times to really be effective. Second half, Drillers will kick off to Ridgeview. And now we've got a breeze kicking up here out here in Ridgeview. I guess you'd call this the south of town. What do you call this? South of town. And that usually happens out here. I'm glad that it used to be years ago, you'd come out here and the dust started kicking up and there was no houses out here and you'd get all the dust and wind and dirt. Now it's developed out here and we just have wind with no dust, which is nice. We're waiting on our play-by-play, Vance Palm, number one voice of Kern County, I should say. Vance does the high school games and is the voice of the Bakersfield College Renegades. He'll actually be in El Camino tomorrow night when the Renegades travel down there to face El Camino in their brand new stadium.
Olivas kicking off for BHS.
Olivas, low line drive. It's going to be fielded by Prevost. Prevost right up the middle. Oh, hard hit.
Nice return
down to about the 32-yard line where the Ridgeview Wolfpack will take over.
The Crofton Rain on return.
Ridgeview opens up the second half. They've got a 19-6 lead. And actually, if you look at it, you wouldn't think this, but Bakersfield High has actually thrown the ball more than Ridgeview. Neither team has eaten up the airways, but and most of the yardage has been on the ground. Uh-oh, we got a Prevost out of the...
Fumbles the snap, but makes good use out of it, gains some yardage.
Excuse me, that was Moya.
45 to about the 37.
Another juggled snap, high snap. Moya juggled it.
I know many of you are thinking, wow, Vance is breathing quite heavily trying to get back up to the top there. No, it's the wind. Rick, we started this thing. That flag wasn't moving during the national anthem. It was absolutely, completely still. Now, both of them humming pretty good. Here comes the wind.
Well, I was just talking about years ago when this first school opened, and the wind always kicks up out here come night, and there would be dust everywhere. But now it's developed, and there's houses all over, and there's just wind, no dirt.
2nd and 3, Moya. Bobbled. Was it? Oh, boy.
Incomplete pass. That looked like a lateral there for a minute, didn't it?
Rick, I don't know if you heard the interviews. Both coaches really just really kind of beside themselves. Goal was a little more upbeat because he saw some good things that he said, look, we just let a few things get away from us, but had a quick little chat with Coach Manning as I was coming back over to here, and he had a very slow pace as he was walking out, almost talking to himself. So 3rd and 3, he's got some work ahead of him, he knows. Moya in the shotgun, 35. Hard count, nobody jumps, great job. Here's the run play, and that Driller defense steps up. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 3.
Wind really kicking up now. Looks like we might have a crosswind here, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what we don't have is a punt team for the Wolfpack. So the coaching staff of the Drillers saying, do not jump, do not jump. 2 receivers out here to the right side. Prevost way out to the far left side. Moya. Oh, the ball snapped. He wasn't ready for it, and it was going to be a pooch punt, and he punted it up. Oh, and it takes a fantastic Ridgeview bounce. Wow. Mark Heffernan below us said not pretty, but effective. Well, the Moya wasn't even ready for the snap. It bounced off his chest. He luckily caught it, and he was 3 feet from himself and
the line of scrimmage,
the rear ends of his offensive lineman. So he had to kick it. The angle he had to kick it. It went straight up in the air, but took about a 25-yard bounce. And
well, I tell you what, we talked about this. Ridgeview's kicking game has to improve if they want to go on deep in these playoffs.
And that's a great point.
It's going to come back and haunt them here.
Oh boy, Rick. Coach Gola just talked about this. He goes, man, it's hard chasing the chains. And this one's on Ridgeview, but we've seen a few calls before the ball's even snapped where the flag comes. And, Coach Manning didn't really get into it too much. Coach Gola kind of stayed away from it, but he said, boy, it's tough to get anything going here.
Yeah, with all these penalties, it's tough to get things going. Kaden Ochoa now the quarterback for the Drillers.
Little pitch out here to the near side. Oh, a nice move. And it's going to be, he's still on his feet. Whistle blows at about the 33-yard line. Nice run by Maxwell. So you talked about all these interchangeable, talented people, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah. And I don't know what is going on with Cameron Williams. He started the game, the sophomore, and they were so high on, and Kaden Ochoa actually took the last series before half, and now he's starting the second half. So Kaden Ochoa started out as a quarterback, and he is quarterback by trade.
He keeps it. Gets maybe one there.
Great D up front by Ridgeview.
And, of course, Ochoa, the name might be familiar. His dad was a great quarterback for South High School back in the early 90s.
Great stuff job on the Wolfpack.
And Kaden has been a quarterback by trade, and a very good one.
I want to say special hello to Isaac Jimenez. We talked a little bit about Jimenez in the first half and had a chance to see an old friend of mine. And yes, I called him old. It's his dad. Look at this. Nothing old about Jones. Jones piles up yards. And the big, strong running back gets to the 45-yard line. And Shane Jones, another junior that we called out.
Yeah.
And both of these coaches have some youth on their squads.
The 2 leading rushers for the Drillers are juniors, Trayvon Jackson and Jones.
Ooh.
I
think he was down.
I think he was down, too.
Yeah, so do I.
I
don't think any official is giving that to the Wolfpack, so it'll be 2nd and about 8. We're just underway here in the third quarter. The score is 19-6. 19-6. Ridgeview leads by 13. Talked to Coach Manning a little bit about the significance or insignificance of a game like this, and he echoed your words. No, this is a big-time neighborhood rivalry, so these guys know. 2nd and 8. Everybody packed in tight behind Ochoa. Quick little pitch out there, and Ridgeview says no dice. They lose a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Yeah. Little bunched up in there.
Little bunched up, and the timing's not right. You know, when you bring in your quarterback, Kaden Ochoa now, your backup quarterback, probably didn't get the reps that Cameron Williams did this week coming in, so the timing's going to be off a little bit. You saw the pitch quarterback-pitch relationship there, very tight.
3rd and 10 for the Drillers.
You know, it's tough.
3rd and 10. Ochoa in trouble, gets out of trouble, throws, floats it up there. It's anybody's ball. And I'll tell you what, it was as much of McGill playing defense as a receiver as anything else.
I know it. And I tell you what, that wind took that ball, if you notice, drifted about 6 yards, and that's where Prevost, who's a very good receiver, started one way, and that ball started drifting because of that wind.
Well, you know, Ochoa got rid of it, but he took another shot. So these quarterbacks are getting hit hard tonight, and there has to be a lot to be said for, you know, the consistency of who your quarterback is. Just the confidence of breaking the huddle, running up to the line. The guys in the offensive line, they know that that's their guy. Here's the snap. A nice rugby punt. And, it does take a beautiful driller bounce. And because it was a fair catch originally, there's nothing that Prevost can do with it when he got it. He wanted to take off running, but he'd already called fair catch. So I'm Vance Palm. I've got Rick Van Horn with me. Thanks for covering, buddy. I was down there for a while. And Kevin Willie, he and I doing smoke signals and hand signals from 100 yards away.
I tell you, I told you last time, that's a tough gig. Trying to sit up here and do what you do, and you do it very well.
Rick, you want to know a tough gig? Thank you. You want to know a tough gig is hockey.
Oh,
Kevin will tell you. We were doing some hockey games, and it was called Saturday Night Ice for Bright House Networks, and I'd be down in the mezzanine, and I'd do the pregame, postgame, and in the periods in between. That's all I did, interviews. And once in a while, our feed for play-by-play would go out, and the director would say, "It's on you, Vance." And I'm trying to call all these Canadian and Russian names and French names.
On the keeper.
And it was not easy. You know, it's easy for me to say Moya gets an 18-yard gain on that 1st and 10. When we start talking last names, IOUX and 14 consonants in there, and the puck is here and this and that. I used to say, "Hey, the puck goes off the Carl's Jr. sign," or something like that. It was not good. And Kevin and the guys in the truck are like, cut him off. Just turn the volume off. So thanks, Rick. But having you up here is a lot of fun. Great to have Rick Van Horn with us. He hates it when I brag on him, but, man, we're so lucky to have him. A driller, a renegade, a running rebel. And he's done so much for our youth and the football players. And Prevost breaks the tackle. And Prevost should have been tackled at the 33-yard line. But it was a missed tackle. And Coach Gola talked about that in my interview. We're just not executing, and that should have been down at the 33.
It should have.
Instead, he's at the 27. 1st and 10, Wolfpack.
You know, watching over the drillers over the years, the one thing they do very well as anybody that we've seen in this county recently is they tackle very well, especially in the open field. They pride themselves on open field tackles, and they do a great job. Big hit.
And they do some good tackling.
I bet that's at Vasquez. Yes,
the backfield.
It is. Jake Vasquez. I tell you what, he's tough. Yeah. Jake Vasquez, 5'11", senior, 2-year starter, 205. This kid, he was a player last year. If I believe right, he got hurt a little bit and couldn't finish the season last year. But
big hit.
He's having a great job tonight. Doing a great job.
Stop that momentum, you know, after a big, long play like that, able to jump in there because now Moya goes to the shotgun. Here come the drillers, or at least it looks like it. Moya wants to throw. Moya can do it all, so he decides to pull it in. Now he throws and gets rid of it. And well, that's the danger of a QB like Moya. Right when you think he's going to run, he stops and pulls up. And right when you think you got him sacked, he gets rid of it.
Probably the smartest play he's made all night, you know, throwing that ball away.
Sometimes you got all that talent, you want to do something with it, but he said, let me just get rid of this thing. And live to fight another day, as they say.
And we talked about that Prevost big run there, but we talked about him being the big play guy. And he's going to get his big plays. I think that's his second one.
Now he comes back in. He's going to play a deep now he goes in motion right in front of Moya. They fake it to Prevost. Now Moya wants to go back to him, and it's picked off. And look at this. It's Demison. Demison wants to go back upfield. And they faked it to Prevost, and he came back around, and that's the only guy Moya wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And boy, Demison stood right in there and said, I got it.
Well, we talked about Demison that first half playing a good game, and now he comes out and makes that play. He had a great first half, and now he makes a big interception there.
He did have a really nice first half and kept a touchdown from being scored on a long pass. It was a really well-thrown ball. Then he made a couple of really nice open field tackles when I was calling him by the wrong name. And now he makes a big interception. Navante Demison, a 5'5", 150-pound senior.
Territory at the 49.
Ochoa with a quick pass, incomplete, and
the 43-yard line.
Tell you what.
That was Justin McGill. That ball was a good thrown ball. Probably should have been caught there.
Look at this. Prevost coming off holding his hand. He was the defender on that play, and he's holding his right hand pretty dramatically. So he comes off the field on a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Ochoa keeps. Ochoa right to the middle of the football field. Ochoa still on his feet. Oh, what a great run. Gets down to the 5-yard line. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful, tough run.
That is.
1st and goal from the 5.
I tell you what, this puts them right. If they score here, it puts them right back in the ball game.
19-6, Ridgeview leads, 5:46 to go in the third quarter. As Rick said, this will make it interesting right here. Now Ochoa gets right behind center. They're going to try to jam it in. Oh, goodness.
There he goes.
Are you kidding me? Trayvon Jackson.
You know, I was just going to say, we haven't seen a whole lot of in between the tackles with that fullback that drillers are known for in that out of that flex bone attack.
Boom.
They've been, using the outside and the quarterback keeper and running the pitch, and that's about the first time that we've seen it work. Whether they're trying to avoid Lingwai and Jimenez in there, and they thought they could get outside or what, but we hadn't seen it much till then.
Perfect call. Just the proverbial smash mouth football on a 1st and goal from the 5. They just jam it in right behind the center. And Olivas, he might kick this to White Lane. There's the snap. Oh, wow, I say that, and it was a bobbled.
Carson Olivas, a line drive.
All I can say it was mishandled, doggone it, by of all people, the good hands people, Bishop Maxwell. It just got mishandled just enough. We know Olivas can kick. When I was down on the field before halftime, I would have liked to hear your call. That thing he made from 45 was.
Well, we talked about that at halftime. That could have been good from 50.
Yeah, well, when I was down on the sidelines next to the Ridgeview coaching staff, I heard one of the kids said, "Oh, this is a long field goal." Bam! He landed on some trombone player, and that one was mishandled. And now it's a 7-point ball game, 19-12. Those little things, Coach, those little things.
Those little things, extra points. That's the first one for the Drillers. But, Ridgeview went for 2 twice and failed to get those, so.
It was mishandled on the snap. And here's the kickoff, and it's going to be taken at the 2.
On the return.
And it gets up to about the 32, 33-yard line. And the flag was thrown.
15, 20, 22 yards.
A 22-yard flag. That flag came from the right tip of the R logo. The right tip, let's count this off, Coach. At the 43-yard line. He threw it, and it landed at the 25-yard line. Maybe the wind caught it, or maybe he's got a bag of quarters in there. That thing flew.
Holding against Ridgeview.
And, Kevin, I know what you're thinking. That's your pick for Player of the Week with a 43-yard flag toss. Goodness gracious. After all the joking, it's holding on Ridgeview.
Well, we hadn't seen a flag in a while.
Man, that was a long flag toss right there, and it was so easy to see that piece of yellow going flying through the air. And the BHS cheers, their student section is up and at it over there across the field. They are bouncing and hopping. And a nice little third quarter here. Moya tries to keep, and he gets stretched out. Now he tries to change directions, and now this Driller defense now, Rick, starting to feel a little fresh and starting to get after it.
It is. And these little miscues that Ridgeview is having, you saw there, he's making a fake, and there's no back.
Tries to reverse field.
The punt, all those little mishaps are coming back to haunt him.
So they say no loss, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, Ridgeview.
Chris Reese out here, going to have to block.
Puts his head down, drives about the 21-yard line.
And
good run by Ty Johnson there.
He's
Jemison on the stop.
He's not getting up quickly. And he is down, and he's holding.
Is down 23, Ty Johnson for Ridgeview.
Right leg, was it?
Right leg. Doesn't look like a cramp either.
And it basically was just mano a mano. He went right after the DB, and the DB got down low and hit him. Got a quick timeout here. 4:39 left in this third quarter. Really nice football game between two powerhouses, Division II Ridgeview, Division I BHS. Talked about it in the pregame that both of these teams come in with such high expectations every season. Two favorites to win their conference, win their league. With no disrespect to any of their opponents, but that's the reputation that they've built over the years. BHS for over 100 years. Ridgeview the last 5 to 8 years. It's like, hey, here come the Wolfpack. But through a series of injuries and some discipline issues and some tough scheduling, Ridgeview comes into this home game 1-3. Drillers come in 2-2. And the storyline that you and I kind of touched on was, yes, of course, all games matter. Yes, of course, a big game against the Drillers for Ridgeview and vice versa always does matter. But I think the storyline that if you and I were to drive out of here together would talk about is, frankly, for this deep into the season, there are a lot of mistakes we're seeing.
Yeah, we are. And talked about Ridgeview playing, a lot of miscues there, but their MO, what is it, the last couple years? They'll make those kind of mistakes, a lot of penalties, and then what? Big play. They've had the athletes make the big plays to get them out of those ruts. Now, you get a team when they play the Drillers who kind of match them athlete for athlete.
And can adjust.
And you take away those big plays, then those miscues come back to haunt you.
All right.
3rd and 5, Ridgeview.
Johnson being attended to. Looks okay. Looks all right. Here's a big 3rd and 5 right here. Oh, goodness. Moya
by 4 Drillers.
wanted to keep it, and he lost yardage. And I'll tell you what, that coaching staff for the Drillers pumped up, excited, amped up. And if they could run out there and high-five their players, they would do it. Big stop by the Drillers, and Moya hit hard and actually lost a yard. 4th and 5, they're going to have to punt.
They're going to have to punt. Is the momentum changing? It looks like it. It feels like it. We'll find out.
Deep for the Drillers.
Gavin Dingle, the deep man from BHS. That is 45.
Dingle.
Prevost to punt.
Prevost. It's a fake. It's a fake.
Run it. Down the sideline.
Wow.
Got the first down.
Boy, he was tiptoeing down the sidelines real close.
And does a tightrope act. That's 6'3" down the sideline.
Oh, man.
Now, that was a very gutsy call if it came from the sideline, unless Prevost just kind of was freelancing there and being a ranchero and did it on his own.
He said, you know what? Coach Van Horn said this game doesn't matter. I'm just going for I'm going for a fake punt right here. Well, I'll tell you what, he got it in 1st and 10.
He wants that by 34%, huh?
Yeah, he does. They try to grind it up the middle again. 3.5 left in this third quarter. And this is going to shape up to be a really, really interesting fourth quarter. And looks like one of the big fellas for the Wolfpack might be dinged up a little bit. Oh, and he's holding his left shoulder. Doggone it. And that's Alexis Rigoza, the junior offensive lineman, 5'11", 265. And I say shoulder, I just watched where his hand went to, and he's down for a second here.
65, Alexis.
Wow, they've had actually two players. We had one limp off, tight end, and then we've got Rigoza down. A couple plays earlier, Prevost went out with a hand injury, and Ty Johnson still hasn't returned. So that's about 4 players down in the last 5 plays.
We see Johnson kind of rubbing his own leg by himself, doing the therapy work on it by himself over here on the left side. Kevin's going to grab him over here, and there's a shot right there in the middle of your shot. There's Johnson. He was kind of working his own calf muscle there for a minute, and he's talking it out with one of his students. Oh, that's good to see. Good to see that the big fella's back up walking off the field. Rigoza, he maybe got a little stinger. Got jammed up. He looks like it's got motion and movement. But boy, that's a big kid. And so now back to take his place is Kaden Cox, a 6'5", 285-pound senior, number 51. He's in there next to the bigger fella, Jeremiah Thomas, 6'4", 305. So a big right side package here for the Wolfpack. But they get through anyway. As we talk about that right side, guess who comes in there and get it? Cameron Williams hops in there and blocks the pass, knocks it down. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Well, just pure.
Well, that answers our question. Cameron Williams didn't hurt. He's just not playing the second half of quarterback.
And he's venting on the defensive side of the ball. And he just burst through the entire defensive line and climbed over him and stuck his hand up there. So, hey, big 3rd and 10 right here. Pivotal 3rd and 10, under 3 to go in the 3rd quarter. Moya takes the snap, wants to throw. Moya has somebody in his face, unloads, throws it way too far and took a shot to the ribs by
Bishop Maxwell.
Another big hit. Knocks down the pass, then comes in on that play and hammers Moya right in the ribs. Good no call by the white hat. He got him right as he let go of it. Threw the ball 45 yards.
And Knox was open, and he just overthrew him.
And he saw Bishop coming. I know that's a chess reference, but.
Well, the drillers do a good job. They hold him again after that fake punt.
Here comes the punt.
They had nobody back.
Nobody back for the drillers. So they basically said, go ahead and punt it. We're going to try to get it. And they did. They almost did get it. So 2:39 left in this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10. Certainly want to thank Kern High School District. Thank you to Brian Schaefer, Brenda Lewis, Stan Green, and Dean McGee, the 4 key components of getting this started, up and running. Thank you for the belief and the vision and the support to make it happen. Very much appreciate that. Pav Solar and Communications. Are you kidding me? Thank you, fellas. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, synonymous with our Kern High School students. Premier Lighting, thank you. And, of course, Tony's Pizza, player of the game coming up later. Ochoa. Fumble!
Loose. I think Ridgeview's got it.
Now, that is a fumble.
It is. First down.
Ball on the ground. Ochoa tried to do something, and the ball was stripped, and he couldn't even reach for it. He was so tied up, he had no chance to get it back. Oh, boy. First down from the BHS 28.
That's one of those plays. What do? The guy's giving a second effort there, like Ochoa did, and then fumbles on that second effort.
Wow. Big play. Movement is going to be on the Wolfpack. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Johnson, 23 back in the lineup for Ridgeview.
Just because I saw it doesn't mean that it happened. But as I see the Wolfpack go back a little bit.
Well, you were right. He was on the Wolfpack.
Ball starts against Ridgeview.
You know, this momentum has changed in the second half. The Drillers have done a good job defensively, bottling up the Ridgeview running attack and throwing attack. And it's going to be tough, this win. This is a very strong win tonight.
Well, the Drillers will have it in the fourth quarter. It'll be at their back, or at least their side. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. High snap for Moya. Moya hands off. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. And a really nice play out there by Ryan White, the senior defensive lineman, got in there to do it. And haven't called his number a lot tonight, but he plays a role.
Last series he made a good play down here. And now he makes another one. Drillers stepping up on defense. Ridgeview's got to get something going here if they want to hang on.
Second down, 16.
Wind starting to howl. We dip below 2 minutes here in this third quarter. Ridgeview leads 19-12. They have it on a 2nd and 16. Moya looks left, then throws right. Has his man over the middle. It's caught at the 23-yard line. And it's caught out there by number 2, and it's tackled by number 2. Knox catches, Demison tackles. 2 talented number 2s out there.
Haven't heard too much about out of Knox yet, have we?
Well, not in the second half. In the first half, a little bit. I read his name wrong 3 times, and it was Demison. You got a lot of it that way, Rick. Here we go, 3rd and 5. Keep saying it, but these third downs get bigger and bigger. Moya fakes it, wants to run it himself. Can he get outside? Can he make something happen with that talent? He looks like he might. Got to go. Oh, he slipped.
Number 23.
And he was making a lot out of nothing, a la Marcus Allen, but he reversed direction and he slipped, and now he's a little gimpy.
All that running for a 1-yard gain.
A late flag.
And this is a flag well after play has stopped. So somebody said something. Somebody jawed and said something. Oh, it's going to be
against Ridgeview, it looks like, huh?
Misconduct call on the Wolfpack. Wow.
Sportsmanlike conduct against Ridgeview.
Man, oh man. The Wolfpack recover a fumble on the 28-yard line.
And are moving backwards.
And now it's 3rd and forever on the 38-yard line.
Well, the chains say 4th down. So I don't know if that was a...
Yeah, right. 4th down, sorry. Well, 4th down. Should be 4th down. They lose the down. They lose the down.
So we might get one of those.
If Moya's ready.
4th down, 18 for Ridgeview.
For the short punts. Nobody's back. 4th and 19 officially. He does punt it. Nobody's back. Let's see what happens. This has the potential of stopping. Can they get to it? Oh, goes right into the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Drillers. For Bakersfield High School, the principal is David Reese. The assistant principals, Sidney Peterson and Cheyenne Bell. Athletic director, Jeff Scott. Activity director, Anna Loven. And again for Ridgeview, Steve Holmes is the principal. Kendra Weiser is the assistant principal with Drew Parker. Activities director, Carol Holland, and our good friend, the athletic director, Mark Thompson, enjoyed that interview. Did you hear his life story, man? Unbelievable. He's in contracting in real estate and decides, as he's coaching his daughter's club soccer, decides he wants to get into teaching. Look at this! You got to be kidding me! The big guy!
Wide open.
Oh, boy! TJ goes all the way.
We got a ball game.
Trayvon Jackson was never touched.
He wasn't.
Definitely a new ball game.
Wow. With 27 seconds left in the third quarter, look at the BHS stands. It's 18-19. And with this PAT, if they can handle it, we're going to be tied up at 19. And the non-league rivalry continues to elevate. Olivas. Oh boy, flags. It was before the play, before the kick, so they're going to have to kick it over. I don't think you can decline it. The whistle's blew before the ball's booted.
Encroachment against Ridgeview.
So the defensive line jumped. Does Gola want to go 1 or 2? And that's Coach Gola. Shouldn't use his last name only, but that's Coach Gola. Now they're going to talk about it for a minute because
well, you got plenty of time left in this ball game, and the Drillers have the momentum. So, like you said, they threw the flag before the snap and before the kick.
So the extra point. Essentially, they decline it and re-kick it. So they decline it. Well, they're declining it and just going to re-kick it, basically. Or you can accept it and go for 2. But they're going to just say, we'll take the we'll go for the 1 again. We want to tie this thing up. Olivas.
Trying to PAT for BHS.
High snap, does get down, and he hammers it again.
It out of the stadium.
Hey, we're tied up.
It's good. 19-19.
With 27 seconds to go in the third quarter.
27 seconds left in the third quarter.
We get another one. We get another beauty. We have had some big-time football games here on KernHigh.org, and here's another one as we finish off the pre-league games with the 2 big schools, BHS and Ridgeview. Look at this, 19-19 is the score as we dip into the fourth quarter here right after this kickoff. Wow.
The little things. Talked about those missed extra points, those going for 2 early on and not getting them. So they kick those PATs. They're up 21-19.
Yeah, this will definitely be a game that they look back on, both schools, when they watch the tape and say, oh boy. But be that as it may, there's a lot of football left.
Olivas kicks off.
Oh boy. Oh
wow.
Boy, did he touch it?
He touched it. Goes out on the 5.
No, my goodness. I didn't know if he touched it or he got away from it.
Actually, the 4-yard line.
If he never touches it, it's a penalty and they move it up. But since he touched it,
kind of kicked it out of bounds, and big break for the Drillers.
He touched it, went out of bounds inside the 5. First down, Wolfpack.
So Damon DeGraffenfried hit it, and it goes out of bounds. So if you're the Driller fans, you're thinking, oh yeah, tie this thing up, and now Ridgeview's going to start at their own 4-yard line. And even the neighbors.
Got some fireworks going there.
Even the neighbors like that. So see those flags. We may give you a shot of that later on, but man, they are humming right now. As the wind starts here, Moya throws out to the near side. Prevost catches it at the 7-yard line, gets hit hard and pushed out of bounds by a couple of Drillers. And the clock does stop, so quarter not over yet, but it's 19-19.
Almost stop, 22 for the Drillers.
Second half, offensively, Ridgeview hasn't done a thing. Drillers have bottled them up and kind of took that big bow and is running with it.
Second down, 8.
Prevost breaks out and goes to the left side of the line of scrimmage, almost to the sidelines. They want to run inside.
Second man through.
And
drills up to the task.
Didn't happen.
Down the 6-yard line.
Keontae Clinton on that little inside trap. And
but Gillen will stop for the Drillers.
uh-oh. That's the end of the third quarter. And it's tied up 19-19. We'll step away from the microphones for about a minute.
Ridgeview 19, BHS 19.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
All right, getting ready to start the fourth quarter here at Ridgeview Stadium. All tied up, 19-19. We went into halftime and 19-3. The Drillers have reeled off 16 straight points to open this second half, tie it up, and they've got all the momentum. Ridgeview has been totally shut down this second half.
Now they got to start off 3rd and 8, back at their own 6-yard line to start this fourth quarter off.
Put themselves in a hole by kicking the kickoff out of bounds on the 4.
Well, Olivas, what a beautiful idea. Kick a low burner towards the corner. Make the return man make some kind of decision. If it goes out of bounds, okay, penalty on us. But on a 3rd and 8, Moya pump fakes, double pumps. He's in trouble. He goes down.
Rush goes down.
Was that a fumble or what was that? Is that a safety or what's that? So I thought Moya went down at the 4 because the ball popped up like, you know, I mean, one of those.
Right, yeah.
Up in the air.
I thought he was down, but I guess not. They're going to allow it. The fumble ended up being picked up by Knox.
Yep. And then Knox gets hit so hard he goes into the end zone, but they say he was inside the field of play. So Ridgeview right now, discombobulation for sure.
A total second half meltdown so far in that third quarter. I should say third quarter meltdown.
Prevost will be punting from his own end zone.
So now Prevost has got to get this football out of here. There'll be no fake punt now.
Wow.
And the ball is going to stop at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Drillers at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 Drillers.
So they're going to start off the fourth quarter with a possession to be envied.
Special teams haunts Ridgeview again with that poor punt. Of course, that was against the wind, but coming out of your own end zone, that 29, 30-yard punt is not what you need.
The wind, to be for sure here, is coming directly from the west. So it's a west wind, like it's coming from the ocean. So it's not really going right. Yeah, it's not completely at the back of BHS, but it's at the right shoulder pads of BHS as they head south towards the Grapevine. Ochoa. He saw Lang Wei coming. He goes, I got to get down. I got to go down. Or that was
Ruben
Castillo. Or well, okay.
33. Yeah.
Take your pick. Take your pick. But Ochoa said, I'm going down. I'm going to get hit hard if I don't.
That was a loss of 1 there.
Yep. Now he gets right behind center on a 2nd and 11. We're in the fourth quarter, tied up 19. Oh, a pitch out here at the very end. And Jones, look at that, down to the 15-yard line. And, Rick, that was just as much Ochoa hanging on to the very last second as much as it was Jones running for 25 yards.
And not to get – their wideouts are doing a great job blocking. You're seeing when they're making that pitch coming around that corner, those receivers are doing a great job blocking. And
flag on the field.
Oh.
Sportsmanlike conduct against BHS.
Somebody's going to get an earful.
Ouch.
15 yards against the Drillers.
They get the first down. It was after the play. But it's 1st and 25. Yikes. Way back at the 30-yard line.
They have to get to the 5-yard line to get a first down.
Devin Rufus comes on, number 9 for the Drillers. Haven't seen him tonight.
It's a legacy name. His dad was an outstanding defensive end, all area. 90, 91, 92 maybe.
Also, we're seeing Adrian Cortez come in there, number 55. He's playing that right tackle.
A first down for the Drillers. At the 30, Wolfpack territory.
Ochoa again pitches to Jones.
Pitch. Jones knocked out of bounds.
He gets pushed out about the 26-yard line.
Knocked on the stop for Ridgeview.
Bishop Maxwell back in there. McGill back there. A lot of those big names. Jones back there. But playing quarterback right now, Kaden Ochoa. Officially 2nd and 6. Ochoa again out to Jones. Same play. Jones gets out to the 20-yard line. So this time looked like Jaden was saying, hey, here. Yeah. Take it, hot potato.
Well, I don't know who's responsible for a pitch for Ridgeview, but they have not done a good job.
Yeah, I mean, that was looked like almost a busted, desperate pitch. Take it, please. And they still.
I mean, every time they've done, they pitched it on that option. They've hit at least 7 by Jones.
I don't know what's happened with the chain gang, because I originally thought they had to get to the 5.
Yeah.
But now it's a 1st and 10. Ochoa barking out orders. We're below 10 minutes now left in this football game. They faked the pitch to Jones this time. Not a bad idea, but Ridgeview was right there waiting for it.
Yeah, that was Ruben Cruz again. Great job by the Ridgeview linebacker.
So they pitch, set it up, faked the pitch, thought he would jab it inside, but Ridgeview stayed at home and did the job. Boy, look at those flags. They are howling over there. Woo!
Keep an eye on that fullback here, number 7. Watch him get a quick hitter.
And that's Jackson. Jones they pitch to again. And the well may have run dry, at least for this series.
Well, they're running that to the short side, so that's one reason.
Isaac Jimenez over there, number 50.
Not a lot of room, Coach. You're right.
Castillo. 3rd and 11. BHS.
You know Olivas has got the leg from here, so that's not going to be a problem. They're not going to take any chances here and get him maybe a ball picked off or get the ball more in the middle.
Back for BHS 18, looking left.
Well, this is Cameron Williams again.
And look at this. Oh! Cameron Williams had Justin, and look at this, a flag at the end of it all. What would that be?
I don't know.
Goodness gracious.
Jeez, another drop ball by the Drillers.
That was a sure thing touchdown. And the Driller teammates go over there and give him 5 and pat him on the helmet and say, hey, you're with us.
Don't do it again. You're with us, but just don't do that again.
Hey, you're our guy, but you get one of those drops a season.
Yeah.
That was that was right in his hands. That was a touchdown.
He's had a couple tonight. Still trying to figure out what the flag is. Oh, my.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh.
Taunting by a Wolfpack. and the crowd below us starting to get on the officials. Oh, that's tough.
Wow.
That is rough. What should have been a touchdown was dropped, but instead of having it way back at the 24, now it's all of a sudden way up at the 11-yard line. The officials now are going to get everybody together and kind of have a word with them all about, I'm sure, taunting, antagonizing. And hey, if it'll get these flags to stop flying, I'm all in.
I'm all in too. Well, if the chains are right, it's going to be 4th and about 6 inches.
Check. Hey, they say they can't hear us. Should we get louder? Wolfpack, 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 Wolfpack.
Ridgeview finds another way to shoot themselves in the foot.
Here we go. 4th and 1 from the 11.
1919 BHS football.
Ochoa behind center, and they get him to jump. Kaden Ochoa goes for the hard count and the Wolfpack. At first glance, we'll see. You never know, but at first glance, they hammer the center, and it is first down.
Against Ridgeview.
First down the easy way.
Partner, we've seen it all tonight, man. We've seen it all. Great long runs, some drop, sure thing passes, a ton of penalties, some big open field tackles.
Momentum shifts, all Ridgeview first half, all Drillers second half.
All right, first and goal from the 5. 8.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. We're tied up at 19. Ochoa.
Quarterback keeper dives about the 3-yard line.
And he gets down inside the 3,
Jimenez on the stop
or right about at it.
The BHS driving.
Your guy Jimenez on that tackle for Ridgeview.
Isaac Jimenez, the only sophomore starter.
There's some legacy there. His dad, Artie Jimenez, was a great quarterback for Marvin.
Can they get it in? No, they don't. The Wolfpack holds them up. So now we have
Stonewall by Ridgeview.
a slugfest taking place at the goal line.
3rd and goal, BHS.
Now it's 3rd and goal. You can hear the crowd below me. The press box is shaking right now. The fans are getting after it. The student section for the Drillers making some noise. It's a nice fourth quarter right here.
Ochoa quarterback.
Ochoa right behind center. Ochoa tries to take the line in with him. Touchdown, Drillers.
Touchdown, BHS.
I think at this point, Ridgeview is totally out of their game right now. They're kind of bending over, hands on their hips. They don't know what happened.
They've come in 1-3, and that's some unfamiliar territory, especially if you're a senior on this football team. You haven't known this. Here's a snap. Olivas.
And it's good.
Man, he is a fantastic boot, man. So look at this, with 7:23, the Drillers up by a touchdown, 26-19. Kevin, do me a favor, big man, get those flags. Two and a half hours ago, everybody, they were as quiet as a church mouse. They were straight down, and this is where we're at now with 7:23 left in the fourth quarter. You can hear it in our microphones. You can see it on the cheerleaders' hair. And now a glimpse of those flags lets you know that that's what faces the Ridgeview players coming from the left side. They're heading directionally north And that wind is coming right off the west, so anything to the near side coming our way, it's got the potential to do the old Frisbee.
Yep. 23 straight points for the Drillers.
That's the voice of Rick Van Horn. I'm Vance Palm. Kevin Willie up here. Here's the kick. Olivas, who knows where he'll put this.
DeGoffrey brings it out.
DeGoffrey gets it to the 24.
First down, Wolfpack.
Okay, Coach Van Horn, what are you telling this Ridgeview offense in there before that kick return?
Well, you know, as bad as they played the second half, they're only a touchdown down. And with the playmakers they have with Moya and Prevost, Knox, and even Ty Johnson, you know, they're one play away from tying this thing up. So they've just got to eliminate the mental mistakes and the penalties. You know, they're just shooting themselves in the foot at every opportunity. And they need a big drive right now. They need to dig down right now and get it done.
Flag on the play, and it's going to, I'll take my guess that it's going to be on the wide receiver for Ridgeview. Out on the far side, way out to the far side. And that's going to be on DeGoffrey. And my good friend Brian Williams, your good friend, your fellow Driller Hall of Famer, that will absolutely drive him crazy when a wide receiver goes offsides.
Yes, it will.
If he's watching this, or if he was up here, he would say, I just don't get it, Vance. I don't get it. But Moya takes the snap, didn't look like he was ready. But, boy, I tell you what, even when he doesn't look like he's ready, he's able to get 12 yards. I think it's like the third time the snaps come when he's not even looking.
I think Coach Manning's going to have to give the Drillers a big dose of Moya right now. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Moya left, Moya right. He's going to have to take this. If Ridgeview wants to stay in the game, he's got to take control now.
Second and 5. So he was able to get 10 on that run. Here come the Drillers, though. They're thinking the same thing you are. And Moya cuts back up. Moya runs into trouble. And I don't know if they're going to say horse collar or face mask or what they're going to call.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on the Drillers. I saw it look like a hand on the back of the helmet trying to.
Jack Vasquez on pursuit for BHS 33.
Face mask.
Personal foul, face mask against BHS.
Well, you keep those chains moving any way you can. And
Seven minutes, 1 second left in this fourth quarter. 26-19, the Drillers lead. As Rick said, 23 unanswered in this fourth quarter.
At the 41-yard line.
And now, after a face mask, and you had called it Moya left, Moya right, and on that last play, he went left and right. Drillers had it, but then they face masked.
Yeah.
So now it's 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Moya takes the snap, hands it to Prevost. Prevost makes one move, two moves, and another. Nice tackle out there. Maximiliano Lopez. So Max Lopez.
Number 4 with a stop for BHS.
Coach, you're so right about this open field tackles, though.
Yeah. You know, you're seeing now. You're seeing all the Drillers. You're seeing about 9 Drillers within 7 yards of the ball. We're playing man coverage on the outside, so Ridgeview's going to have to hit that slant, going to have to hit a quick hitter, not really a deeper ball, but maybe something, a quick slant to.
Don't you love football?
To get these Drillers to loosen up a little bit.
2nd and 7. Moya takes it himself, cuts back up the middle of the football field. Gets to about the 49-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2 at midfield.
Nice run, cut back left.
Oof. Here's a nice one. Well, I would think now with under 6 minutes to go, this is, you know, two shots at a first down here on the 3rd and 2.
It might be, Coach Manning might be thinking 4 down zone here. We got 2 downs to get 3 yards. Because we're not going to get much out of our punt game.
3rd and 2. Big moments here for both teams. Moya looks. Moya cuts back up, gets the first down. He's inside Driller territory, about the 47-yard line.
First down, Wolfpack.
They'll start the clocks, 5:15 and counting. They need a touchdown to tie this football game. If they get in, will they go for 2?
All it takes is one mistake by the Drillers, and Moya can take it to the house.
5 minutes. Now we're going to dip below it right now. 4:59 left in this fourth quarter. 3 receivers, but now one goes in motion. Moya fakes to him. Moya wants to throw. Moya's in trouble, goes down.
Pressure, sacked in the backfield.
He goes down.
Joe, who is that? Joe Connolly.
Joseph Conley, number
34.
Play for
Big
BHS.
play. 5'11", 202 senior. Defensive tackle.
Woo!
Steps up and makes a play when he has to.
Hey, I'm not rooting for the Drillers when I go, woo. I'm just saying that's a big play. That's a big play from somebody we haven't called all night.
Yeah.
And he comes out of nowhere for a big sack. Now we have a timeout here. And coaching staff going to talk it over at Ridgeview. And with 4:26 to go here in this fourth quarter, what another great football game on Friday night for the Kern High School District, our live football streaming. Hope you're enjoying this. There's a lot ahead. There's a lot around the corner that we're going to be doing. But we thought we'd kick it off with football, of course. And we have some stuff coming up here shortly. Some volleyball games going to get called. And we have some basketball coming up. We're getting requests to get into the fine arts part of the high school. So, Rick, it's starting to happen. I'm sure happy that you're a big part of it with us.
Fine arts, huh?
Well, Kevin and myself, both musicians, vocalists, and
there you go.
Have children in it and know that it's a big part of the high school experience. And when you talk about some talent in our high schools, getting away from athletics and getting into the fine arts world and the academics, you know, your Drillers have the Warren Cup. Talked to your principal a couple weeks ago when Chaminade was up at Memorial Stadium, and so much pride that goes into the Warren Cup. There's a lot happening in the mock trials, and Arvin High School, they have their audio-visual department that's par excellence when it comes to that. So there's a lot in front of us here that we're going to be bringing to you as the months unfold. Right now, Rick, myself, and Kevin are still completely flummoxed as to who will be the Tony's Pizza player of the game. A lot of football left. 4:26 left in the fourth quarter. Big 2nd and 19. Moya, they come out of this timeout and start shifting guys around, and now, are you kidding me? They're going to have to call a timeout. They came out of a timeout, Rick, went back over to the line of scrimmage, and everything was jumbled up, and Moya started switching guys around, and the coaching staff for Ridgeview is irate. They just burned 2 timeouts, both before a play was even ran. Oh, boy. Well, you've coached at professional level, college level, high school level, every level, really. I would imagine this is a frustrating moment for the coaching staff.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the situation where you just burned 2 timeouts.
Yeah. You're down by 7. You've got 1 timeout left. You got 4:26 left on the clock, and this is the drive that's going to make or break you. And you had that penalty. You burned 2 timeouts. Things aren't going their way right now.
Well, they break out of this sideline huddle. And now it looks as though everybody's set. Moya is the lone back as the quarterback. He's got 3 receivers out to the right side. They fakes it to Provost. Don't know what that was. Now Moya is in big trouble. And Moya is sacked at the 30-yard line. And for a moment, Prevost came by expecting the handoff, so much so that he stayed there with Moya like, hey, are you going to give it to me or not? And from that moment on, it was bedlam in the backfield.
I couldn't tell, but it looked like Ryan White there with the sack, number 19. That's his second big play in the second half. Wow.
So some tense moments down there in the coaching staff for Ridgeview. Moya, 3rd and 28 to Prevost. Prevost going to have to make something special happen. Prevost gets up to the 42, but well short of the first down. So, you know, it's plays like that, just some kind of an instinctive little jab, and they pick up 18 yards.
Yeah. And that's, you know, mistake after mistake, and they've got some athletes that can make you look like a pretty good team. You know, brings up a 4th and 7 now, which is manageable. They were going to go for it anyways. Four down zone.
Here we go, 4th and 6. BHS crowd standing up here. We're below 3 minutes here. Will they get the play off? Moya does not get him to jump. He throws out to the far side. It's caught by Prevost. Prevost going to have to make something happen. He doesn't. Prevost goes down. And he slams the football down. No flag. Wow. For a night where we've seen a lot of flags, Prevost gets up, slams the football on the ground, thought he had a late hit on him, and no flag. So, 1st and 10 Drillers. Describe that play.
Just a little quick screen out to Prevost, and you know, Drillers did a great job. We talked about their tackling ability, and that was you're one-on-one with one of the best playmakers in town, and you make the play. That was real big, as big a play in the game for the Drillers.
So now 2:46, and Ridgeview only has one timeout.
Drillers just need one first down here, and it may be the ball game.
Ochoa, quarterback.
Ochoa keeps it.
Line of scrimmage.
You know, at this point, of course, Ridgeview, all they're doing is trying to tackle the ball, rip it out of there. Sometimes it's better to tell your quarterback, hey, go down. No second effort, go down, burn the clock.
And that the only chance Ridgeview has is a turnover. 2:12 and counting. Ochoa right behind center. He takes the handoff and just dives right down on the far hash, gets maybe 2 yards, so that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Clock continues to tick. We're below 2 minutes now.
I don't think we're going to see a lot of pitches. Shouldn't see, especially a right-handed quarterback pitching left is not his strong suit. Might see it to the right, but I wouldn't even do that. It's going to be a fullback or quarterback keeping the ball.
You're funny. He showed pitch for a minute, and Coach Van Horn said, "Don't pitch it."
Don't pitch it.
We got the coach out of him there. Again, he just goes down right about the line of scrimmage. Hey, you're a media figure now. You can't show your favoritism there, Driller. No, I know what you were saying. Just as a coach, you instinctively were saying, no pitch, no pitch. So, 4th and 8, 1:22, and now no timeouts left for Ridgeview. Think about this. They burned 2 in a short span there about 3 minutes ago, and, you know, I'm not going to beat a dead horse on this one, but, you know, they'd like to have those back. I mean, you know, you think about that. No timeouts left now. Had 2 of them. Okay, they called 1, but now they're with 1:22. The Drillers are going to punt the football, and, you know, because of that talent and the skill set of Prevost, DeGraffenfried, Moya, Knox. Now,
oh, look at this.
High snap. Can they get it up? Oh, they do. Oh, and it's going to take a really nice bounce. Look at this.
Look at that roll.
Boy, Oliva does an incredible job with a high snap. Pulled it down and booted it. And it's a low burner and rolls down to the 5-yard line. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah,
they say the 7-yard line.
Number 3 comes off the helmet, throws his helmet. Is that DeGriffin Rav? Who's that? Is that 2 or 3 there? That's number 3.
DeGraffenfried.
DeGraffenfried throws his helmet 20 yards. I don't know why the referee didn't see that one.
Coach Tucker had a little word with him. 1st and 10. Moya's in trouble.
Moya to throw.
Maybe going to try to do too much and got rid of it out there at the last second. And
the closest Wolfpack to a football.
So Moya just ducking and covering and trying to get out of there. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 with 1:07 left here in the 4th quarter. We have yet to choose our Tony's Pizza player of the game. Moya wants to throw, and it's a bad toss, and it was intended out there for Glinton, but it got away from him. And now that brings up 3rd and 10. So with 1:04 remaining in this 4th quarter, the student section from BHS starting to let everybody hear it.
Well, I'm going to – my early favorites are Trayvon Jackson and
TJ,
maybe a Demison on defense.
Boy, I like where you're going. 3rd and 10. Kevin's getting nervous. Moya in trouble. He gets out of it. He's going to have to pick up the 1st down and get out of bounds if he can, and he does. So this drive is still alive.
Looks to be a 1st down, Wolfpack.
This drive is still alive. Boy, this wind is something else, huh, Rick?
Yeah, it is.
We are feeling it up here. Drive still alive, 56 seconds. The ball's at the 20-yard line. You said it a few minutes ago. This thing never over when you've got Moya, Prevost, Knox, TJ. The Drillers have 4 up front. They bring 5 total. Moya lets it go, and it's incomplete, and he took a big shot. And he's still down on his knees, and Moya going to have to get back up. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10, and he took a big hit there. And again, Vasquez in there, Conley in there. They show forward and they bring 6. I have to believe this wind is helping them do that, because you're throwing right into the teeth of it here. 2nd and 10. Now the Drillers have 3. And they only go 3. They're trying to contain Moya. Moya throws. Oh, it's almost picked off. And he dropped it. And
boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, Cameron Williams went for the pick 6 to win it.
And Clinton
dropped it. Oh, and
Keontae Clinton.
Woo! So the starting quarterback for the Drillers tonight was Cameron Williams. He went for the pick 6 to finish this thing. The ball got past his fingertips, and Glinton had it on his. I don't know if there was a little bit of a deflection in there or something that messed it, but Glinton had a lot of real estate.
Yeah, he did.
3rd and 10. Moya looks left, throws over to Prevost. Prevost has got to get out of bounds. He goes to the 30-yard line. And super close to the 1st, but really it's not even about that yet. There's only 41 seconds. Do they move the chains, or is it 4th and inches? It's 4th and inches.
4th and inch. Well, 4th and about a long 4th and 1.
All right, so
that might have been a flea flicker there. You saw Johnson trailing the play there. Why would you? I don't know why you do that to the short side.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's a good point, Coach. But now they have to get the 1st down. It's 4th and 1, and they won't have a lot of time once they get it. Moya is going to try to get that first one. Does he get it?
Nice forward.
Woo, boy!
He got it.
The 1st down.
But they better hurry up. They better hurry up and go no huddle here.
So they move the chains. 26-19. Drillers lead by a touchdown. Moya 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. He's looking for some time. Moya stops. Flag on the play. He throws it up, and it is picked off.
By the Drillers.
Intercepted by Isaiah Jernigan.
We got a holding on Ridgeview.
And it's holding on the Wolfpack coach.
Interception stands.
With the INT.
And they're, of course, going to decline, and it's Driller football. And they were just trying to give their quarterback some protection. And up in this high, strong, powerful win on the run with a prevent defense, the odds are against you. Well, Kevin.
This is one snap and ball game's over. No timeouts for Ridgeview.
Your microphone on, buddy? Hang on, Kevin. Which one are you, bud? Okay, go ahead. There you go.
I got to go with Jackson.
So you're going Trayvon Jackson, number 7.
I think that 80-yard running has really turned it around, turned the momentum around for BHS.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Kevin. Trayvon Jackson. Kevin Willie, by the way, our production, our director, everything. And look at this. Here it is.
26, Ridgeview 19.
It's a win.
Next week, both teams enter their respective league seasons. BHS in the Southwest.
Coach, who are you thinking for Tony's Pizza Player of the Game?
Well, like I said, it was Trayvon Johnson, and I thought about Demison, but Kevin's thinking my way with Trayvon Johnson, so I think I may have to lead.
So you're thinking Trayvon Jackson. You're thinking Trayvon Jackson.
All right.
Well, you have the extra 1% here, so I definitely want to get the shot of these guys shaking hands, so I'll get out of here quickly, then get me off camera. I'm going to go with you guys. I think it's a great performance by Navante Demison. I think that the punter, the kicker, Olivas played his role tonight, but Trayvon Jackson, the 5'8", 190-pound junior running back linebacker, is Sure. All right, Rick. Sorry about that, everybody. Had a quick power outage. We'll make this quick. So our Tony's Pizza Player of the Game is Trayvon Jackson. I think we all agree. Great game there. Very quickly, Rick, your thoughts on this football game?
Well, I tell you, it was a story of two halves there. Ridgeview first half, and the Drillers come out and scored, 23 unanswered points second half, and totally took the momentum and got Ridgeview in a place they didn't like to be. You saw some of their players lose a little composure there at the end, and it was all Drillers, and that's the way it ended.
Now they meet at midfield, shake hands, and have a team prayer or a football prayer. Rick, thank you for being with us. Look forward to the rest of the season whenever I can grab you, whenever you're available. Look forward to having you up here. Rick Van Horn, everybody. Kevin Willie, thank you for everything you do. And again, our thanks to the Kern High School District, PAV Solar Communications, Kern Schools, Federal Credit Union, Premier Lighting, and Tony's Pizza. What a great image to show you as we go out. A dual team prayer. I'm going to go down and give the player of the game to Tony's Pizza to Trayvon Jackson. Have a great weekend. Good night, and we'll see you next week.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.